Damn it. Do you have like a TV with one of the built-in antenna things then?
No, I have like a separate side antenna.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I'll watch like movies on my TV, and like maybe sports, but I'm not going to pay for cable to have.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I don't pay for cable. Fuck that.
Suckers game.
I piggyback off my parents' internet and I stream everything. And they pay for Xfinity, so I could stream Xfinity through their account. Yeah, sick times, man. Fuck cable.
Cut the cord, man.
Get the dish, cut the cord. Get the dish, cut the cord. Wasn't that a commercial?
Sounds like
I thought it was like an ad, yeah, on TV. I remember seeing like a very good example of a daytime television ad in the late 90s.
Didn't want it in my face.
Just pretend it's a penis. That's what I do every episode.
Do you?
Gets you enthused. Speaking of hammers. All right, so we've been recording.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me.
And me.
And our guest, Mr. Guy.
And Gay. Guy Lafarge.
Guy LaDouche.
Guy LaDouche. Yeah.
Al Guy LaDouche. Welcome, man.
How's it going?
It's going good, dude. I love your hoodie yet again.
I'm always going to wear this from now on for the show until I lose it.
Please do, dude. I love it. It's so sick that it exists because like I would fucking murder somebody to have one of those or any de-Christianized merch
that
for
hoodie
that matter.
Is probably worth something.
I saw.
Oh my god, you could sell that for like $300
I saw
on the
t-shirt
internet,
for like $150 with the same thing, but that's just a t-shirt.
That's awesome. Yeah, that would be way
more. You know, and if that's like an OG pressing of it too, you know, like one of those like original runs, like that could be worth.
It has to be. I got it from Mike.
Yeah, our old drummer Mike Tikachenko.
Oh yeah,
hooked it up.
Nice.
Some shit.
He is now a robot.
Shout out Mike.
He is a robot. Shout out to Mike if you're out there and not just commenting on Call of Duty videos.
Dude, it's fucking weird. He must just like never check into Facebook or whatever, and his account got hacked. And so the only thing you see is him commenting on this like video game stream thing where it's like somebody playing Call of Duty, and they're just like, "You're so sick! Like, look at those like your KD is crazy!" Like, I'm like, that's not Mike. I know Mike, and that's not Mike. Like, what the fuck's going on? So I'm sure he just
nobody has his number.
I texted him like a year ago when we were talking about potentially doing like a Capsize reunion, and fucking nothing.
Never responded.
So he might have changed. He might have changed numbers. I don't know.
I've never met him, and I'll be like, you don't know me, dude.
I'm gonna harass his ex-girlfriend, on Facebook. Hey, you met me once.
His mom is on Facebook too, but I'm not friends with her. I might have to like just add her and be like,
Mrs.
hey, what's going on with Mike?
Mrs. Tachenko.
Mike was a cool dude. You would have liked him a lot. He was cool.
Yeah, he was a great drummer.
Super chill.
He ripped.
Well, it was funny when he joined the band. He was in another band before. I can't remember what they're called. The Broderick. Why do I know that? The Broderick, which is kind of a cool name, but
what kind of band was that? The Broderick?
Just like a pretty across the board death metal band.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. Mike was the guitar player and they had a drum machine.
Oh.
And I was like, how good can this fucking guy be if he's not even playing drums in his band? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he came over and just crushed it. And we're like, oh no, this guy's sick. All right, you're good. And the only reason why he got in well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons why he got into the band was because him and Jack had been going to DePaul together. They didn't know each other yet, but they connected because of Facebook, and like they both like Lang Chi.
Oh,
and like that was like the connection. And then they started talking, and at the time we were looking to get rid of our drummer, and so that's when Jack was like, "Hey man, like
sick.
You drum, like why don't you come drum for us?" And I think we were like the first band he ever drummed for. I don't know.
That's
I can't remember.
Lang Chi is sick as fuck too.
Yeah.
Sick band, dude. They still exist, I think.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they just come out with an album?
No.
That was ABBA.
Yeah.
Yes, that was ABBA.
Yeah, you must have got it confused. I'll tell you the last time
I thought they did release something
like in
recently.
2017 or some shit like that, or even before that.
Anyway, so we're not here to talk about Lang Chi or Capsized.
We're here to talk about ABBA.
Yeah, we're here to actually talk about ABBA today.
Take a chance.
We're here to talk 90s.
Me. Oh man.
So yeah, we're starting with your pick, right?
Yeah, so I was the unlucky low dice roll.
It's all right.
I don't like going first in school.
2017.
Well, I like going last so I can see what everyone else did and then sort of like, copy what they were doing.
If you don't want to go first,
No. I don't mind.
All right.
And then later on in school, I wanted to get it done just so I wouldn't have to have crushing anxiety about like standing up.
That's like, yeah, that's how the second time I did speech class, I was like, I just want to get it done. He's the same way. Like it was just,
I went first for every speech and I got an A in that class, dude. I had one of the highest grades in that class. I beasted speeches, dude.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Like even if you're kind of worried, just fucking do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Pull the Band-Aid off.
It's just like, fuck it, man. And if you're confident enough, like,
shit, even if you're not confident. And then you set the bar and then everybody has to follow that. And it's just like. But also the relief of just like not having to do another speech for like a minute is like the best.
Yeah, that's the best. It's like, feeling. I just get to fuck off. And
it's
like.
So much better than like anything. Sit
here and listen. Yeah.
Anyway. Let's talk some Shadows Fall.
Yeah, so
dude, sick pick, man.
We're talking albums, and I brought mine because I'm a cool kid.
Yeah.
I'm really regretting that.
I should have brought mine. Yeah, we should be doing that if we have them. I'll do it from now on.
I can definitely do it for a lot of the new metal episodes.
Yeah, that's sick though. That would be cool to see those.
I should just bring my CD collection here and just leave it.
Yeah,
I've seen these guys live too, so that was an awesome show.
Nice.
I've seen them live once too, but where did you see them?
I saw them at the Vic. With cool. Lamb of God, Unearth, and
classic.
Who else? Oh, Killswitch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a sweet.
The Vic is like the worst venue. I hate it.
Gymnasium, basically.
Such a great
show.
The
Vic is weird.
And that was like when like hardcore and this is my segue. This is when hardcore and metalcore kids were still like it was like a faction.
A clear divide.
Clear divide. So the Vic is tiny. So there's like a wall of death, but it's like 6 feet by 6 feet, you know, because there's just no room. There's like chairs and shit.
Right.
Like the area you can stand in there, it's tiny. It was a good show. Pretty violent, but if you stood on the sides, it was all right.
Yeah. I saw Shadows Fall at a fucking paint park. It was awesome. It was at Challenge Park.
What?
Yeah, it was out in Joliet, and I think the show was supposed to be somewhere else, and something got fucked up, and like last minute they brought it to this place called Challenge Park, which I don't even know if it exists anymore, but
weird.
That was fucking sick. That was the first time I met Rosie. Like legitimately met her
at a Shadows Fall concert.
Her band, a Slave Drum, was playing, which was the old drummer from Old Glorious Leader, Nick. And I believe, I don't think Brian was in the band at that time. I think he joined later or something. I might be wrong about that, but
it's a cool band name.
Poison for Profit like opened that up, which is Ian McConnell's old band, and Rick, and that was the shit. And my buddy Brian, who was the one that introduced me to Rosie. Like I remember we were like hanging out, and she comes walking over, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I want you to meet my friend." It was me, Jack, and Tom. He's like, "I want you to meet my friends," and like. She said something really stupid, and at the time I didn't know her, so I was like, "Fuck her!" Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
And of course, now she's one of my best friends.
Now she still says stupid shit.
She still says stupid shit, and I still say fuck her, but now we're friends about it.
Okay, so the reason I brought up this album was I've explained this to Bill in not so much detail, but I'll try to I'll get to it. This was at a time in like metal and hardcore where like some bands really didn't know like what their genre was, and I think this album like exemplifies it.
Oh, 100%.
There's like there's like metalcore riffs. There's like singing over acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
There's
not great singing, mind you.
It's fantastic. How dare
Brian,
you? This is
Brian Fair's debut, man.
And
this was his first album with them? Because I think I was wrong when I was telling you that. I remember reading an article where the lead guitar player, was it Jonathan Danius or whatever?
Yeah.
Was talking about how like he hated their first album because he was 17, but I was like, I thought it was this, and I was like, this dude fucking shreds.
Second album.
Second, yeah, I didn't know that.
This is their first album with a record like company.
Okay,
yeah,
it's not their first.
Were
album.
they on Roadrunner for this already? Was this the first on Roadrunner?
Might be Century. I don't know. It's not. It should be on there.
Yeah, or it's on the back of the CD. Yeah, their original singer was Phil Labonte.
That's right.
He's on their first album.
Fuck, I forgot about that. Now I remember. Yeah. That's funny.
So the title track on the album of One Blood,
is
Of One Blood. Song. So I bring this up because if you go on the YouTubes, at about 2 minutes and 37 seconds, that'll give you enough like build up to what the part I'm talking about. I refer to it as, I used to call it the communism riff. But
This is great.
I now call it the communism bridge.
Okay.
Because it's setting.
We dissected it recently.
Yeah.
So you guys do at work?
Like, yeah, because we work together.
I just like fling shit at the wall and he responds.
Well, he like kept talking about it, and like I was like, what? I was like, fucking show me. So he went on YouTube. This is even before we picked this album.
Yeah.
Like he brought it up on YouTube and showed it to me. I was like, oh, this is weird. And I was like,
man.
oh, it's like a bridge. It was a transition to the bridge, and that's what it turned into.
I want to like play the part right now so I can hear it for reference. But
you feel like
we'll get
they wrote the songs.
Once you know it,
like
after this,
they like totally wrote it out on like sheet music, like, and they were like, oh, the bass is gonna harmonize, and the guitar is gonna harmonize, and the other guitar is gonna harmonize, and it's gonna sound so sick. And it turns out to be like the Four Pest campaign from Chairman Mao, and like,
so everybody's working together here.
Yeah, it's just on paper it's great.
Yeah,
it's harmony and it's amazing, but when you actually play it, you're just like, But
it is so ugly.
But it's only like maybe like
there's a bunch of harmonies like that on this record, but I love that.
The one he's talking about in particular is like pretty rough,
and it's only like 4 bars too. It's like it's like set up 2 bars, like really hardcore harmony 2 bars, and then a badass solo that just like shreds and like
yeah, the solo is great, and the solo clearly, like, I'm curious.
It was built for the solo. That riff was like
if the solo happened first and then that riff, or the riff first then the solo, because the motif of that little transitional riff is a key component to that solo.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's like when you hear it together, you're like, oh, that makes sense. But like, yeah, out of context, like that part is so bad.
It's like, and I love this album, but it's like and. I want to like have like, you know, Shadows Fall be like, hey, I want to like, you know, thank you for bringing up our band, but also fuck you, you know? Like I love the album. It's just this one part. It hurts.
It's an interesting album. Like listening
about
to it.
237. It happens about maybe like 240-ish.
I'm just surprised. This is a Zeus album, which I thought the other guitar player. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Which I thought the one, what's his name? Matthew Backhand or whatever, Bachan, or I don't know how you pronounce it.
I don't know.
But he's an engineer, I thought. I thought like he did all their albums, but maybe after this one.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just a super dated sounding album. It's you know, like it's weird.
It kind of fits that category of like, because I look at all these Massachusetts bands, and maybe it's not fair that I group them all together in my head, but when I think of like this era of metalcore, I think of like Killswitch, I think of All That Remains, I think of Shadows Fall, I think of like those are like the heavy hitters in my mind, or like the bands from that era, at least that really propelled the genre, you know, to what it ended up becoming, I guess now. But and Shadows Fall, it's funny because I've always liked them, but I'm the least familiar with their discography. Like I've never
100% on board with you on that.
I always I had All That Remains CDs. I had Killswitch CDs. Like
I think that's another reason I wanted to bring it up, because like I own like 3 other CDs, and like
I think 2 or 3.
So like
I can't remember if I own that one.
And this is, you know, it's just been sitting under other CDs, so it's all cracked as shit. But
the album after that was the one I liked and got first.
Art of Balance.
Yeah. And then that's it. I think that's it. And then the other one, was it The War Within?
War Within. Yeah, that's the album that I first heard.
Oh, really? Fun fact. Tom O'Brien got me that as a birthday present years ago.
Dude, my dad likes Shadows Fall because of that
really?
That single on War Within.
What is it? Because I remember it being sick.
I forget what it's called, but there's that guitar solo in the beginning where the dude is doing all the pinches. My dad thinks it's like the hardest solo of all time. Awesome. He's just like, this is like the first time he heard it, it like blew his head, and he was like, what is this band called?
Who is this?
Yeah, and it was Shadows Fall, and he's like, I love this song. Like, it was just so funny.
They're going to be around forever.
Like, yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. And you know what? Good for them that they haven't come back yet. Like, it's okay. You know? Like,
it's fine. I think, isn't the Jonathan Donius in like a huge band? Like, isn't he in like some old school?
Anthrax, right? Isn't he in Anthrax?
I think so. Yeah. That's a pretty sick fucking land for that guy. Because like,
yeah,
hearing it there's definitely like that vibe to it, like the old school thrash, like solo-y
they
stuff.
don't know what they were doing with this album,
right?
That's
kind of
what
sense that guy would get.
I wanted to bring it up because of the communism bridge, because I need a chance to tell everyone in the world about this riff.
Yeah,
but the album, like I've been listening to it recently because of the show, and it's all over the place, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's like singing greatly, fantastically, fuck you, with like you just strumming like guitar, and then it's like thrash riffs, and then like wild solos, and then like a hardcore breakdown, and then straight metalcore riffs, and you're like, who was this album for?
Well, they were in their early 20s probably by this point, because I remember the first album they said they were like 17, 18. So at this point they have to be like 20, 21 or something.
Probably.
I feel like
I can't math.
I feel like for this, like I look at this record as in like, this is comparatively like, equal to Kill Switch's Alive or Just Breathing, or their pre-Giant records when those bands really took off. Like,
right.
Like
well, when they kind of locked in the sound.
Exactly. Yeah. Like All That Remains before like,
Phil Labonte gets mentioned for lyrics.
Before the bigger Phil, like what was that when this came out? Wasn't that like This Darkened Heart by All That Remains?
I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with.
Do you know that record though? Okay, that's a good one.
Is it?
But I love that album. But I always thought that this band, like especially this record in particular, and even the one with Phil Labonte on it, their first, like Shadows Fall was definitely always more on the metal side of the metalcore. I always felt like.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like you could really hear a lot of that like old In Flames influence, like heavy on this album.
That's why there's a lot of like there's a lot of thrash riffs in this album. Like, it sounds like I don't want to say like 80s thrash is kind of what I feel like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then for some reason you get the best riff ever, and
the Communism riff.
It's Communism Bridge. Or Transition rather.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's 4 bars of the worst implementation of communism you've ever seen.
Just trying to figure it out, man.
Hey,
dude, the one song, my ears kept perking up because you want to talk about riffs. The song Fleshhold or whatever. The best way I could describe that song is gymnasium riffs. Like I hear throughout that song, every riff reminds me of every like metal band I ever played with at a gym in like Westchester.
VFW Hall.
Dude, I was like, I've heard that riff. I've heard that riff. Yeah. I've heard that riff.
There's a lot of that on this.
So many of it. Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
And like, dude, it just cracked me up. And I was like, oh man.
Very dated. Extremely dated.
Yeah.
You can tell when this album came out just by listening.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. From like a mile away.
You're like, this came out in 2000 or 2001
right.
and no other time. Because 99 was like peak Biscuit. And then, so it must have come out after that. But there's this tiny window.
Yeah.
What they were doing over on the east side, man.
These guys probably hated bands like Biscuit and shit like that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
what was the other connection of like all those East Coast guys? Like, wasn't Brian Fair and what's his name? Adam from Killswitch weren't they in?
Yeah, they were in that band.
What was it called?
Downpour or some shit. Fuck. Overcast.
Overcast.
That's what they were in. Yeah, he was a singer of Overcast. My bad.
It's rain related.
It's Overcast.
Yeah, he was a singer of Overcast. Yeah. And
which I was surprised. When did Jason Bittner join the band? Was that the album after?
I don't know. I don't know their discography or their history.
Yeah, he's not on that.
Yeah, I know he's not on this, but it might have been The Art of Balance, or I think he was definitely on The War Within.
He's in the video.
Okay.
Like the music videos they had. I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. Remember. I'm not familiar enough. Alex and Max fucked with Shadows Fall more than I ever did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're like yelling at us right now.
Yeah, I think I have. Like, I bought whatever Shadows Fall I have. Even if I even have any like CDs, I got them at like Disc Replay or Reckless or some shit, like used for a couple bucks.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, it wasn't. It was just kind of shit. I was like, yeah, this would be cool to have. It's like I would take a trip to the city when I'd live in the burbs, and I'd be like, well, I'm not coming home empty-handed. I'll get this $2 Shadows Fall record or something like that.
For $2 you can't beat that.
Yeah, and it's like you put it in your car, and it's just like, yeah, this is cool. Little throwback.
I almost bought the album by the band Dogstar. I don't know if ever heard of the band Dogstar.
Dogstar, no.
It's Keanu Reeves' band.
Oh,
but I was do I really want to spend $4? And that's one of my biggest regrets in life is not buying
Dogstar.
Yeah.
What kind of band was it? Death metal?
No, it was like rock.
It wasn't like a rock.
Yeah,
band.
But he played bass.
Yeah, he was a bass player.
Is it like Alice Cooper and Johnny Depp's band, or whatever the fuck that is? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That video where he's dressed like a vampire and he's like playing guitar really poorly.
Yeah.
Everybody's
That's
like,
what happens when you become that powerful.
This guy's also a
Nobody
real
says
rock
no to
star,
you. They're
man.
like, you're killing it, Johnny.
Depp is a real fucking rock star. That's a real celebrity. Like,
You just gotta shit on his bed to humble him, you know?
Yeah.
If there's any guitar player that's the best,
shit on his bed.
You know,
that happened.
The only person that comes close to Johnny Depp is probably John Frusciante, who's, as we know, one of the best guitar players ever.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Bill. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, sick! All right, I'm excited. Where does this come in?
Oh, I guess I'll spoil it.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
So I've had this idea because I just fling shit at the wall and see what sticks, and Bill appreciates this idea.
I'm a good audience,
and it's like, so you know how you have super groups. So like, you know, hey, who would you want for this super
Johnny
group,
Depp's
right?
a good one.
You know, like who would you want in your super band?
Sebastian Bach.
Well, no. So for my idea is like the anti-super group. What like famous musicians would you want to just make like the shittiest band ever? I have my picks, but like, you know,
man.
So
it's a good question. It's a really good question.
So I'll tell you my picks.
Like the weakest members.
While you can ruminate on
bands.
it. So we're gonna go with bass player first because I'm a bass player, and we're gonna shout out to Fieldy from Korn.
But it's Fieldy.
So Fieldy's my bass player.
It's like fantasy league. I like
this. Is like it's fantasy. You know, I hope all these people like send me like fuck you letters. Like, but like I love you. Like this comes from a place of love. You
definitely
know,
gonna upset people.
Like it's gonna be like the worst best band. You know, like because they're all gonna have the support of like the labels and like everything pushing behind it. But it's just gonna turn out like most shit.
Super groups. Like,
I want to put Hell Yeah to shame. You know.
Watch those work though if they ever made these like
so
groups.
So my drummer is Lars Ulrich because he has all the money and he's horrible.
Fieldy and Lars Ulrich were batting 10 for 10 for the rhythm section here.
My guitar player is now slight segue. Someone told me once that the best guitar player of all time was John Frusciante from Chili Peppers.
What a bold statement!
And I was just like, my brain like misfired. I'm like, what? Like, how do
I like to remind him that John Frusciante is the best guitar player because like we're always listening to the radio and like Chili Peppers is always playing, and I'm like, dude, look how sick this is, dude. And he's just like, fuck you, man.
And like, I don't hate John Frusciante, but like,
dude, I think that band sucks. So this is really funny.
I hate that someone told me that like, you know,
like
he's
legitimately
they were serious that he's the best guitar player ever, and I'm like,
like fuck that.
That's sick. Dude.
And so we're left with
funny.
lead singer, and now I have a top two, but I'm going to give you my first pick first, right. And that's Vince Neil.
That's a good one.
But not only like young Vince Neil, I mean like now Vince Neil, who just like mumbles.
He looks like the Yeti
Danny
from,
DeVito with the wig on.
And any time singer would be the lead singer from Crazy Town.
Yeah.
That's another good one. That's a really good one.
Wait, who? From the singer from Crazy Town?
Yeah.
Oh man. See, if you kept it, you know who would also be good? Tommy Lee on vocals instead of drums. He would be great.
Yeah, my brother has his album.
Yeah, whatever.
He would be great on vocals.
The live video.
Yeah,
Catatonic Heath. Like,
yeah, so like, good. Dude, that's like.
Dude, that is so
favorite Catatonic Youth.
Dude, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is hilarious, dude.
So ruminate on your picks, you know. We can come back to it, you know. I just like the idea, and I want to bring this out there about.
You know what's fucked up is your lineup could actually maybe not the singer of Crazy Town realistically, but like. I could almost see that actually like being a possibility in real life.
You need a rhythm guitar.
It's like
and they have the biggest backing.
A bunch of giant musicians that have like nothing left in them creatively at all.
We're basically being like held up by their bandmates who are vastly better musicians.
You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, let's do something.
If like Hell Yeah is like the bass line, I want this to be like.
Oh yeah, this would put them to shame.
Like so low, so far low.
So good.
Yeah, I don't know where I would start.
And I do like Alcohol and Ass by Hell Yeah.
Yeah, Alcohol and Ass. So I went to Dimebag's grave, dude, and Vinnie Paul's grave. They're right next to each other.
What was his drink of choice? The Black Tooth Grin or whatever?
Yeah, I didn't do that.
You drink anything else? No.
You didn't pour one out for him?
No, but I brought him some flowers, I think. We brought some shit. We left some guitar picks and I left some drumsticks and like I don't know, shit like that.
Sick.
Yeah, I think we left a shirt or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, good times. R.I.P. Vinnie Paul. R.I.P. Hell yeah. Alcohol and ass in heaven.
Yeah, that was the biggest. That was the biggest casualty of that whole situation. Wasn't losing, someone from Pantera. It was that Hell Yeah can't exist in its original form ever again.
No, it can't.
Yeah, it's a real travesty.
Yeah, neither can Pantera.
Yeah,
but more importantly, Hell Yeah.
Pantera doing Hell Yeah covers.
Yeah. Yeah, Phil Anselmo opening for Slayer's 5th closing tour, but instead of doing Pantera classics, he's doing fucking Hell Yeah and Damage Plan classics from the single Damage Plan album that exists, nothing else in their catalog. Dude, did you ever hear the album Dimebag, Vinnie Paul, and Rex Brown did with David Allan Coe called Rebel Meets Rebel? Very, very Confederate flag.
I'm sure.
It's like
is
country.
Like Southern country rock?
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. And it's all about
Because when I heard David Allan Coe, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's nuts. It makes no sense, but it's like kind of a sick record. It's horrible. But it's nuts. It's like
it wants the South to rise again, but those riffs are fucking sick.
It's called Rebel Meets Rebel.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Gobo knows about it.
Does he?
I think so.
Nice. Of course he does.
Yeah, he would. I mean, it's like right up his alley. Anyway, sorry.
So
but yeah, Shadows Fall. Anyway.
Went a wild tangent on that one.
never Shadows Fall was always the metalcore band. Like I said, I never had any of their CDs, never really got too into them, but I always dug them from afar. And I remember when I heard this record, it was way after I was already into a lot of those bands. And I was like, if I had heard this record when I was like that young, I would have loved it so much. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that Beyond the Embrace record that we did that Alex picked for a metalcore episode once. Remember that band? Really? They were on Metal Blade, Beyond the Embrace, and they had that album Against the Elements. It had like the test tubes on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Vaguely. They were kind of like a metalcore band that was kind of all over the place, like acoustics, metalcore riffs, thrashy parts.
Sound like.
Yeah, it was very like I kept thinking about that when I was listening.
Oh, that's funny.
Excuse me, when I was listening to this. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They have no clue what the fuck is going on. It's like, are we a metalcore band? Are we a hardcore band? Are we a thrash band? Or are we a melodic death metal band? Like,
my other pick was going to be Buck Cherry. Crazy Bitch.
Is that an album?
The album is called 15. Like the number 15. Like not like 15 spelled out, but like the numbers 1 and 5.
Cool.
And that holds a special place in my heart, but I didn't feel like that was fitting with the show.
Oh, you could have done it. I mean,
it's
dealer's choice.
I can't talk as much about that album because I only know that one song, and I'm not about to listen to a Buck Cherry album. I'm not that dedicated to the meme, okay?
Okay. That's fair.
We're going to have you come back and just do it.
I wanted to talk about this album because, like, really, where
did you get that CD? Do you remember?
Probably like Coconuts.
Nice.
On Harlem and Lake?
No, I think Coconuts I got it was in like
the Riverside one?
Downers.
Downers.
Damn, really? DG, baby.
I met Frank Thomas there once.
Frank Thomas?
He's
a coconut baseball.
He was shopping for his like family for Christmas, so I just like nodded at him and like kept going.
Did he get like Korn CDs and
I really
did he get Soilwork CDs?
Yeah, he's just buying Soilwork CDs for his like 10-year-old.
Yeah.
What was the band that was also on Catatonic Use for like a baseball game?
Baseball?
They did a cover, not a cover.
Creed?
No, it wasn't Creed. It was like a really shitty old
game one, I think.
Like new metal band
that played a baseball game. Trapped?
They did. No, it wasn't Trapped, but it was. Fuck, who was it? But they did the song "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," but they did like a new metal version of it.
I don't know.
It's fucking terrible.
That sounds.
It's on Catatonic Use. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
But I can't. It was one of the new metal bands I wasn't into, but it was really funny.
Yeah.
I figured this would bring up more of a discussion than like a meme band.
It really has, actually.
Oh, yeah.
because this is at a time where like we're going to talk about yours next.
Yeah,
so this
90s.
This is a time where like the genres were like they weren't so defined, you know. It wasn't like
I mean they're just definitely trying to find
new things
their sound.
were coming out, and it wasn't like this is like super metal, deathcore grind, you know, black metal, like you know, Jesus hatred. I don't.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I I don't know my genres.
It was just interesting because it's definitely the like the pre-evolutionary step into metalcore, and it was clearly at a time when nu metal was like at its fucking height.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like I don't know. I guess you can attribute nu metal being more of like a West Coast thing, whereas this is an East Coast thing. And it was like and it happens like every like Midwest.
This is more
West, East, all have
thrashy metal-y than hardcore, but it's still got like the hardcore elements where we don't know kind of what we're doing yet. But it's fantastic all around. Sans the one riff that I will like hate till the day I die.
I hear you.
Like I feel like we should like cue it up just long enough before we get like the whole podcast like muted. For having like that too much of a song.
I think we're allowed like 10 seconds or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah. Just play it safe. But
2:37 in the song of One Blood on the album Of One Blood. Yeah. It'll give you just enough build up before it starts at like 2:40 something.
It'll inspire you to become a communist.
Yes.
Yeah,
a red book will just manifest in your hands while you listen to this.
Of like all the bands that came from the East Coast, it's kind of weird that these dudes didn't quite get to the level like some of the other ones did.
Yeah,
because they had all the makings of what should have been a great band. Like all the the musicianship is like pretty top notch for the most part. I think the weakest part is probably Brian Fair, the singer. Like he's not bad, but it's just like
I always thought he had a weak voice.
Yeah,
like singing voice compared to like a lot of those other singers. But I mean, maybe because like he wasn't Phil Labonte jacking up that auto tune,
Yeah,
Phil Labonte, the T-Pain of metalcore, dude. It's like
see, no, you got to take cues from the songs like Edge Crusher, where it's just it's not auto tune, but he literally there's no vibrato. It's just like
what were we talking about when we were doing that?
Were singing, me and Alex were singing some songs Burton C. Bell style last night.
We were doing it like not too long ago, like making fun of something.
I think I was talking about. I saw a video of this kid went outside and there was like he was so close to like 5 or 6 tornado sirens that it just sounded like it was just like
and I saw like. So good.
Oh man, that new Fear Factory was sick, dude.
It is pretty. It's like I said it before. I'll say it again. If you're a Fear Factory fan, listen to that album. Yeah, it's the shit.
It's pretty good.
It's so Fear Factory.
The production on it is great.
Oh my god.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's like clean. It's like you're like a metal slab.
Vibrato? No, we ain't got none of that.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
No vibrato. We just got really solid right hands.
Yeah, that's a good one. Just because like. Not that their production was ever bad before. I thought it was always pretty good, but to hear him in like a more current version of like mixing, that sounds way cool. So it's nice to hear.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of albums that would do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, sick, man.
Anything else you got for Shadows Fall?
Oh, you know what? I was going to say they had that one album. I forget which one it was called, but it was one... Hold on, let me pull up their metal archives. It was the one that like had that producer Nick Ratskowitz or whatever, that dude that produced for like Rush and Foo Fighters and shit. He did a record with them. Yeah, he did that album Retribution, which was it was I think the one that came out in 2007. Yeah, Threads of Life. And it was this green one. If you remember,
I remember the cover. I don't know if I ever actually.
You remember this one
album
at all? It was way down the line.
I stopped listening after like the 4th.
Yeah.
They just like I just was listening to other things. I
hear you.
They were kind of all over the place, and like the singing was phenomenal.
Yeah. Singing was
I feel
great.
like after I've bashed them so much, I have to like redeem myself so they don't send a hit squad to my house.
We don't get that many views. You're fine.
They're gonna find me, like they're like scouring the internet for people talking shit about them.
Well,
this album got remastered. Let me bring that up.
There you go.
It got remastered in 2008, and like the production, it sounds so much better. Not like this sounds bad.
But no, I mean it sounds as good as it could have sounded at that time.
Yeah, So it just sounds so much.
Do you know who recorded that? That wasn't NMD, was it?
Zeus.
Oh, Zeus did that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Isn't that weird?
Oof. Yeah, but Zeus had some fucking sketchy ass records back in the day.
What year was this? 99?
No, this is like 2000 or 2001. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see.
I think the Hatebreed one we're going to talk about is 98.
99, 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right for like
that weird period.
Yeah, that kind of mixing.
Go
go for it. Because like, listen to albums like back then, like specifically metal ones.
That's when I bought albums still.
Right. Well, it's interesting because like we were saying, like new metal was at its height, and at that point, money was being thrown around so much for these new metal bands that they were able to produce these pretty, these like pretty amazing polished, albums. Whereas these guys starting out, it seemed like it was a lot of like DIY shit going on with them. And it was right when home recording, I think, was kind of on its way to becoming a thing. You could do it. It wasn't great, but you can do it. And like, I think it was like a transitional period for that. Now, like recording and mixing is, I mean, it still takes some knowledge for sure, but it's so much more easier now.
It's not
to get like these massive sounding mixes, Like I remember, like I've always been in like to like home recording, and nothing I ever did ever sounded really good in the beginning. And then like I stopped for a while, and I've heard like friends of mine and people I don't even know, like they're doing like bedroom stuff, and I'm like, this sounds incredible. Like what the fuck is going on? Like what did I miss during this period of time of like mixing and because back then it was just you had these shitty DAWs and a few plugins like here and there.
Back when Capsize was in a band was the last time I like gave a shit about like any of those type of programs. So like I'm familiar with
that
recording software from
I mean, you should see the shit
when we had to push the cabs uphill both ways.
Back in the day, we had to push cabs
in the snow.
I had to walk 10 miles for that cab. But it's funny. I should show you because I can't show you because it's on a hard drive. But if you saw the amount of plugins and crap that I was using for the mixes that I was showing you, the Capsize stuff, night and day difference. It's like so much more stuff.
That's like the like remasters of things with I accused him of
oh yeah,
I accused him of Jason Newsteading me and Justice for All.
Oh,
because he's been retooling old songs and like, and I've been hearing them and like I can actually hear
the
my bass parts.
Yeah,
and I was just like, "Dude, you totally Injustice for All me. Like, what did I ever do to you to get? I didn't kill Cliff, you motherfucker. Like, what? What?
Yeah.
Well, that was it was the time of like you just took out all the low end because it took up so much audio space that that's what you did to make your mixes louder. Unfortunately, but now. The mix is louder than it's ever been, and you can hear everything. So
yeah,
it's amazing how far.
So if you're gonna listen to this album and like appreciate it, check out the the original on the internet, or buy it or whatever, or then check out the
remaster.
I wonder, the remaster's not on Spotify.
It's on YouTube.
It is on
Weird.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I wonder what's up with that.
Licensing.
That's a licensing thing for
Probably
sure.
Whoever has the licensing to the remaster.
Because what label was this on?
I want to say Century, but
Should say on the back too.
Yeah, Century Media.
It is Century. It's a Jacobau.
Does he work there?
He used to.
Yeah.
Now he works for Sumerian.
Yeah. Century Media. They're making
that's
a sick comeback right now.
I wish I knew that guy better. That'd be a good get to have for the show.
Yeah. Actually, and also for fans of Shadows Fall, there's a really good episode of Doc Coyle's podcast from God Forbid, the X-Man that Brian Fair is on. And
oh, really?
Yeah, he talks a lot about the history of the band and shit. I listened to it a long time ago, but if you're into this, what we're discussing, you could find out more about the history of the band by checking that out.
I feel like that guy has a really good history in general.
Yeah, he
as
does.
far as like the scene in the East goes.
Well, yeah, they talk about everything, but they talk about Shadows Fall and like the bigger shit that band got to, and like that record they did with that Nick Ralou-Squitz producer guy who produced Rush and Foo Fighters and like
that's a mouthful of a name.
Yeah, it's some Polish dude, but like he produced like the last two Rush records. He produced one of the Foo Fighters records at the time.
I wonder where the fuck
he's produced a bunch of big shit. Coheed and Cambria. Yeah, I don't know. I think Roadrunner. I mean, they were on Roadrunner. I think at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Roadrunner had the money.
And they were that was 2007. So Killswitch was already on.
That's a good era.
They were about to come out with Alive or not Alive, or Just Breathing. The day end of the, God damn it, Daylight Dies. As Daylight Dies. End of Heartache, I thought was 05 or 06.
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
But
anyway.
Start belting.
What?
This
I'm surprised we haven't done a kill switch on anything yet.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck. Nate will get mad if we don't.
Yeah, right.
So I saw this band, like 2 weeks ago now?
Shadows Fall?
No, Hatebreed, which is part of the reason why I picked this.
Interesting.
So In Flames couldn't come to get into the country because of COVID.
That makes sense.
And so I figure this is my older brother. He was like, yeah, I figure how this went down. Like Randy was like, hey, Jamie, In Flames can't get on. You want to come fill in? He was like, fuck yeah, brother.
Get a couple weeks off. Yeah, sure. We'll dust off the songs.
So like it was still light out when Hatebreed was going on. And Hatebreed's, they put on a good show.
Yeah, I would imagine they would. That's definitely one of my biggest regrets is not having seen Hatebreed.
Yes,
that's wild.
It was Hatebreed, then Trivium, then Lamb of God, then Megadeth.
Like, who do you make open? Like,
yeah, I guess Trivium's that big now. I mean, they are.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was telling me like it was like all a bunch of kids there, like Twitch kids.
It was all like the 14-year-olds. Like there was 2 kids who people are taking video of them, but like I don't want to end up in like purgatory, So like I figured it was just bad taste. Anybody. But they were like rocking out, like totally had no idea how to like count time. But
weird.
They were having the time of their life, man. Sick. It was like 2 20-year-old kids. It couldn't have been any older. Just like maybe 19. Awesome. No, I'm good. Okay. And they were just like, yeah.
like fucking going for it.
Because nobody ever told them like how to do it because they just sit at home.
Yeah, because it's been like 2 years since anything's going on, so they came out and people
at least they came out. Tickets, or were you in the seats?
I was in seats because I'm an old man.
Nice, good for you, man.
Well, it was like you could get.
It is the way to do it.
You could get 4 lawn tickets for $30.
Yeah,
but
the tickets were so cheap.
It was like $20-some for $24 for a seat.
That's fucking awesome.
It was great.
That's so good.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I would definitely
That's
get seats.
Nothing. Yeah. For there too.
And it's
what is it called now?
Oh, it's called
the Midwest Fuckfest Amphitheater.
I was discussing this with my uncle today, who like does lighting for venues and shit, and he was like, he's like, I like that you could just call it the Tinley Venue Place.
Yeah,
the Tinley Venue Place. Yeah, it's way better.
It's the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater.
That's it.
But every time I go there, it's something new.
Dude, so is it just still that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Yeah.
When's the next time I'm gonna go to a show and that
somebody will like casually just say it like everybody.
Dude, I haven't been there in like 5 or 6 years now.
The last time I was there was Tinley Park.
I went for
Tweeters. Casino,
I went for Rammstein, I think, there years ago.
Oh, nice. I saw an Ozfest there, 2001, I think.
Yeah, I went to Alpine Valley in 2001.
Alpine Valley's really cool. I saw Rage there. It was awesome. It was really awesome.
They had plastic bottles instead of, so people were just filling them with rocks and throwing them.
Yeah, that's what happened at the Ozfest I went to, the free one. People that were sitting in the lawn were literally jamming mud inside water bottles and just flinging them into like the audience and shit. And it's just like, and you're worried about like people throwing the caps?
Yeah,
what about that shit? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it would have been worse if they had the caps.
Dude, imagine if now you can bring in water bottles, dude. I'm going to bring in that 3 fucking liter bottle and just
bring in the
kill somebody.
5-gallon like Hinkley, like one that you tip upside down that you have.
Yeah. And just fucking steamroll people.
I saw a girl get fucking destroyed by one of those bottles at Ozfest. Like it was like the beginning of fucking.
It's dangerous, dude. You could really fuck someone up.
Saving Private Ryan.
So
So
speaking of Saving Private Ryan. At Alpine Valley, I was sitting on like the hill on the grass. But you want to sit at like that sniper spot. So you're like you're right below where people are throwing, but high enough up to where the moment they start throwing them back, there's not enough energy to hit you. So you have to find that sweet spot.
Yeah.
So you have to be in between these math arcs. Rosie, you could probably do a diagram about it
pretty quick. Yeah. There's an equation for that. Yeah.
Sounds like an anxiety attack.
So do we want to get on to the next album?
Yes.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Satisfaction is the death of Desire.
What a great title.
Such a sick
I love
title,
that title.
dude.
It's
so
so
hard,
good.
dude.
So
and
good.
it's so true, man. Satisfaction is the death of desire. Your desires go away when you're satisfied.
You're satisfied, you're out. That's it. That's the
Dude,
end.
shout out Jamie Josta. I mean, I can't say enough about that dude. Like, I love him. He was a huge influence on this podcast and just me in general. Like, he was like his show was the first podcast I ever really got into because he had metal dudes on, you know, and he's an avid fan of death metal. Like, he's got a saying, coffee, death metal, and push-ups. He makes shirts on like his Josta clothing line that say that.
That's awesome.
But
I mean, that's like live life love, but you're in hate breed.
But the hate breed.
Coffee, death metal, and push-ups because he's sober now.
It's like it's like in the cursive on his bathroom wall, like with the heart around it, you know, for like, you know, his wife has it.
Man,
yeah, he's the shit, man. He's awesome.
So many, dude. I love him. Like, there's a really good episode of his show back when Hatebreed did one of the Warped Tours before the pandemic. I want to say it was 2017 or maybe 2016. It was the one that Acacia Strain did when Grave Bloom came out, that album. And he did a podcast on their bus with the singer Scott Vogel from Terror. Oh, cool. And they were just talking about like all like the crazy shit they used to do back in the day. Cause like Jamie used to be a fucking alcoholic, like big time. And he talked about how they were he got them banned from the entire state of Washington, D.C. Because, you know, Hatebreed is famous.
The state of Washington or like the Principality of D.C.?
Yeah, wait, which one?
I believe the Principality of D.C.
Okay, so like,
yeah,
that sucks.
Not the state of Washington, the East Coast, Washington,
I think you can get
okay.
Yeah, I think you're okay with not going to the Washington the state. Nothing to bash the state, but there's more people to buy
Washington the state is dope as fuck.
It's gorgeous,
it's beautiful.
Like I'm not trying to knock it, but as far as your hardcore gorgeous bands, I don't think there's like a Cowboys, you know, listening to hate much on that.
No, that's very true, man. Dude, driving out there though is so terrifying sometimes. Especially driving a van in a trailer when like inclines are like that. You're like, oh, I'm from the Midwest. Everything's flat and it's all corn
low
and
gear,
fucking
man. Low gear.
Yeah, I know, for real. But anyway, fuck, I was going on about this story. So they played this show in DC. Hatebreed is famous for doing like call out sets. They never plan their set lists. They literally just like decide them on the fly and they all play the songs together.
So fucking sick.
It's nuts.
That's awesome.
Man. It's nuts.
The old TM not the old TM, still TM, but Jake Surd, when he was in the military, they would always come by and like, they do that. They would just be like, all right, we're playing an hour-long set. What do you want to hear?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like, that's the coolest fucking thing ever.
It's so fucking crazy that they could be ready for that.
I know, right?
Like, how do you ever get fucked up before a show?
This is from our first album. Jesus, fuck.
Right? Like, one member has to be like, fuck, I don't remember that one. Like, no, like, all right.
There's just one guitarist who just like plays generic breakdowns and he forgets, and it just like, as long as it's close enough. As being a bass player, you know, with the last band, I had 3 guitarists ahead of me. You can kind of flub a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know the lineup anymore. I think the bass player is still like the OG bass player. I saw like a video recently.
Oh, before we like, you know, really get into the album, I want to bring up the one guitarist from Lamb of God, one of the brothers.
Willie.
Yeah.
Adler.
Yeah.
So they got rid of his brother, right?
Chris.
Yeah, he quit. Yeah.
And like he quit, they got rid of him, whatever. That's not, but he was wearing he's clean shaven, short hair, backwards cap.
Yeah, that's so weird.
And
his whole vibe, I'm like, what's going on?
So Justin Bieber vibe.
So he was doing like the pop pump like kicks, you know?
Yeah.
Like the leg kicks.
Oh yeah. Like the jump kicks.
And he was just totally. I mean, his playing was great, but he just like looked like he just didn't give a fuck and was just like phoning it in for a paycheck. And the bass player looks like Saruman too.
John Campbell. Dude,
Saruman.
Have you seen that dude? Like he looks awesome. It's just the great white. Yeah.
It's great, really. But I just wanted to bring up that he was just like, you know, for Hatebreed, like,
he does kind of look like Christopher Lee,
dude,
like a little bit.
Kind of does.
Hatebreed put on a show, and
what's up?
Hatebreed, like they
crushed it.
They crushed it. like regardless of whether you're like Hatebreed or not, they were fantastic.
That's awesome.
And
That's
everyone
so
in the
awesome.
crowd, was going great, and like the pit was violent as shit. There was pits in the like
Skinhead
the
show
grass, There's pits in like but the bigger pits were the ones with like the poor people with the sheep tickets.
Right.
Those were the better pits.
Well, they wanted more.
Yeah, the aggressive pits. They had nothing to lose.
Got nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, they had no seats to give up.
The ticket cost them $6.
So that's why I wanted to bring up that like Lamb of God was
I think
great.
they had that option though. You know what I mean? Like if you're broke and you still want to go and find a way,
4
you could
tickets
go.
for $30. Like
Plus, you could probably just sneak into the seats at some point.
yeah. Well,
I remember doing that before.
Maybe I don't know how they.
No, they were pretty
Pretty on
tight.
Yeah,
That's good. Good for them though.
they had a lot of they had.
I mean, it was COVID.
They had
probably came
security,
down.
and they also had like ticket checkers. So the ticket checkers were brightly colored, like chartreuse. I guess that's the color.
yeah, chartreuse, that neon yellow.
Yeah, that just like
that bright yellow. I love that color, dude.
and
Like these socks, dude.
yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite color for fishing lures.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. There you go.
But and then the security was
Put
in
my
black
leg
shirts.
in the water, dude.
But Hatebreed was good, and
That's awesome.
They performed. They were great.
Jamie had his mullet.
You got a mullet?
Yeah, he had a mullet for a minute. I don't know if he,
I couldn't.
I always just
He
thought
was
he was
wearing
bald.
a hat, so
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
No
he's
shit.
been growing a mullet.
Why?
I don't know.
Dave
He thinks
Mustaine
it's
is
sick.
balding.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's like
Dave Mustaine is also.
it's not as
Dave
bad as
Mustaine.
anti-vax. He just came out saying some anti-vax.
Did
shit.
he really?
Yeah.
I'm not totally
So
surprised.
you know
bro.
the Simpsons meme, "Old man yells at cloud."
Yeah.
Like that was Dave
Dave
Mustaine.
Mustaine his whole life.
So that was him between the songs. He was just like,
yeah, dude.
But when he was, but when he was singing, it was totally crisp, totally clear. But in between, he was just like, "I for in the band, you know, in the summon, I hate and the one thing, and you don't
bullshit.
I was just like, yeah, I got exactly what I came for.
I believe it. That's
Oh
awesome.
my god,
That's so awesome.
dude! Did you watch that Woodstock '99 documentary?
Yeah, we've been talking
told me about
that.
it,
Yeah,
so-
do you remember when that's
Mustaine.
like what he sounds
Say
like?
the line,
Yeah,
you
he's like,
want me to
and
say
he
it.
said,
I'll say it.
"You don't want me to say it. You need me to say it." It's like, what are you fucking talking? And that's all he says. And that whole documentary.
No.
He does say
some
he says that he's like, doesn't Lars have enough money?
Yeah.
But no, there's also a line about how they play that fucking song. Peace sells, but nobody's buying. I think he mentioned
Peace sells.
that, right?
That's what it's just Peace sells. They closed with that song, but I went home before that because I didn't want to wait an hour to get home.
How long
That's
did it take
fair.
you to get home?
Well, it only we got right out of the parking lot because I left like 2 songs before the end.
Smart.
Did
So I
you
was-
pulled the Griswold move? You park all the way at the exit.
Oh, well,
Dad,
no.
why are we parking over
We
here?
parked in the
first
free
one's
parking
leave,
because
so-
I wasn't about to pay $40 for like not
Yeah,
even
fuck
better
that.
parking.
on like
Oh,
slightly
man.
better grass parking.
Good for you. Sticking it to the man.
I'm Polish. I brought Kalashki.
Yeah. Those are really good, by the way.
I love Jewel.
Those are
Shout out
so
Jewel.
good.
This episode is
dude.
brought to you by Jewel
Like Jewel
Kalashki's.
Kalashki's.
Yeah. Are
Wish
they
we-
raspberry?
I wish we
Yes,
had that
they are.
endorsement.
They're raspberry.
Yeah, those are dope, dude.
And it's a Hatebreed.
Yeah.
This album was huge for me. Like this album got so many rotations for me. Like I loved this album. Yeah.
It pumps and it's not long, so
It's
you can
fucking
just.
it's like
short.
25
It's in
minutes
and out.
long.
Yeah.
Sick.
And I think
It's the inspiration for Capsize.
Yeah,
Like-
I was thinking about that and how I was like, holy shit. I was like, I wonder if this had to have played a role on like the writing of Capsize because, early on we were doing shit where we're like, oh, fuck it, we'll write a song that's a minute long. Like, who gives a
Yeah,
shit?
dude.
Some songs were like
And by the
25
way,
seconds.
if death metal bands take note on this record, like it's okay to write a song that's under 5 minutes. Like
Well-
it's okay to write a song that's 2 minutes or even under.
Fuck it. Like, why
it's
not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, like I was thinking, I was like,
man.
here you go. Here's a term. Maybe we can get going. But I was like everything else just seems like Sam's Club like metal. And what I mean is like they just try to get as much bulk of music, like 10-minute long songs, just all this shit jamming. It's like, can we like
Yeah,
you don't have
right?
to like. Give me just the little ones.
You want,
like I like
you
those.
want
too.
7-Eleven metal?
Yeah, man. Give me that.
7-Eleven
Give me that.
metal.
Give me that
Yeah.
dollar menu.
You
know what
don't
I'm saying?
need like a
For
Costco
real.
amount of. Of
You want 5 gallons of mayonnaise? It's like, nah, man. Like, what are we doing
just need
here?
a pack. I just need a little packet here.
Yeah.
Nuts.
We don't have that. We only got 5 gallons. Like, fuck.
That's real. I really like that description of this Hatebreed album.
But yeah, it's like the anti-Sam's Club metal, you know? It's not in bulk, and it's great. And like, yeah, I think that inspired us a lot. It was, because I always joked with people, I was like, yeah, it's way easier to write a fucking 30-second song than a fucking 3-minute long song.
Yeah.
Which is kind of true for, you know, but yeah, it's like boom, in and out, and it's so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I this album was huge for me. Like I said, I listened to it a lot and I loved it. And I hadn't listened to it in fucking forever. So like, it was cool. It brought me back, and I was like, oh, this is the best. Like
15 years.
And I shout out to former guest of the show, Ed Bernatus, who runs Rocket Tattoo. Check that out.
Yeah.
His old band Antihero used to cover Puritan. I texted him. I was like, which song did you? I was like, I know it's off this album. I was like, which song did you guys? I thought it was Last Breath, but it was Puritan. Which that is like a sick fucking. That was all. I loved it when they played that song live. That was the shit.
Yeah,
like it's so
that's
good.
Cool. That's funny.
Yeah. Which made me listen to Antihero, which is on fucking Bandcamp. If you look up Antihero 815.
I have one of their shirts. Speaking of like, you know,
that band was so sick. I was listening to the album today.
Dead band shirts that I have.
That's a good one to have. Yeah.
It's a really cool shirt.
Does it have Galactus on it?
Yeah.
That one's fucking.
It's nice. It's a black and purple Galactus.
I have a Galactus shirt. I have an Origin Galactus shirt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
I got it like when I joined Roman Reign. Is like literally like right after.
Gotcha.
Right after I joined the band, or when I just started jamming with you guys, we went to the infamous Gorguts show at Cobra that Origin was direct support for, and the dude broke his finger.
Yeah.
I got that Galactus shirt at that show. I still have it too somewhere. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool one, man.
Yeah, I was on tour for that. I remember seeing photos. Yeah, you were multiple people. Like,
yeah. I met Tom at that show.
Yeah, I think Tom and my buddy Kevin was there.
He came up to me. He's like, "Is this the guy?
Is this the fucking guy?"
Yeah, and he was very nice though.
Tom was supposed to be in town this fucking next.
And I wore some cred shirt, and he was like,
"That's
sick." He was like, "Yeah,
got COVID."
Shirt.
Rick's coming to town.
Really?
Is he?
Yeah.
When?
Fuck yeah.
October.
What's the occasion?
He wants to clear out his storage space.
Oh, okay, cool.
Will he come back on the show?
I think he unplugged the power. That's what happened. It's that little barrel right there. Nope.
I'm going to ask him to come on the show.
Only you can't be here, and it'll just be me.
Fuck!
You gotta wear your taco shirt, so
so it looks like it's a continuation. Yeah. We actually saved it.
I gotta tell Rick to bring that whatever shirt he wore,
because like the room doesn't look any different. So like, nobody could tell the difference.
These are, it's like how they film like Wheel of Fortune. They film
20 episodes in a row.
Yeah, like just like they filmed for like a week. And
I mean, we did that once before I left for Europe. Like we did like 4 shows, like back to back.
So you're Vanna White.
Yeah, I'm Vanna White.
Vanna White, yeah, dude.
He's definitely Pat Sajak because he's like always under the influence.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh,
hey,
that's
like
a
what, drinking on the job.
You ever hear that story about Pat Sajak?
Smoking weed on the job?
No, he was fucking wasted.
I believe it. He was smiling the whole time.
Dude, there was some
like
interview.
His cameo on Rugrats, dude?
No.
Where he gives Chucky Finster's dad a giant check at their doorstep.
Really? It's Pat Sajak.
That's awesome. Fantastic. I've seen that episode. I didn't know it was him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is him.
That fucking show is like the longest running, like one of the longest running Nickelodeon shows.
Rugrats?
Yeah, it's still going.
Well, it's been in and out. They just started it up
again. It looks insane though.
What?
Have you seen the new?
I'm not gonna fuck.
Don't even watch it. I mean, just look it up, like the screen caps.
Yeah, the CGI fucking Rugrats. Yeah,
fucking
no thanks.
Nightmare inducing. Yeah, holy shit.
We were having a conversation earlier about Rule 34, and that's all I can think about.
And
I'm just like, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
Kids are fucking.
Save the kids, guys. Save the kids.
No, don't you want to see the redhead dad? You know, with his glasses. No, I don't.
Fucking laying pipe.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's got a big meaty.
That guy's got a hammer.
Yeah. He's got a big penis.
Stu's purple bush.
At this point, I'm surprised.
Stu and Dee got that orange bush. You know she's got it popping down there.
Fucking carrot top down there. Anyway, so hey breed.
Yep, hey breed. I feel bad, and I feel like I need to take a shower now after that conversation.
You're talking about that,
you know.
Yeah,
but
I'm sorry.
Hate breed. It's okay, man. You know what?
Okay, Al does that.
It's primal. You know what I mean?
was just like, I'm like, I can't hold it in.
Yeah,
you guys were talking about cartoons earlier and how they were ruined by that, and like I was just like,
saw like a bead of sweat vein popping out.
You gotta bring it up.
This is too much of a coincidence.
Anyway, I wanted to finish that story off about the Hate Breed show that they're talking about in the podcast episode. they're playing Washington D.C. and Jamie is like hammered. He's so fucking drunk throughout the whole show that they end up playing for like 3 hours because he keeps making the band go and the promoter is so pissed that he just up and leaves. The stage hands all leave.
Are they just like yelling songs at them to be played?
Yeah, they're just like yelling songs.
Like, let's keep
going. Let's keep. And then eventually Jamie's like he's like bringing out his wallet and he's like throwing money into the crowd and he threw his shoes.
Is this like peak alcoholism, Jamie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he was
just basically his rock bottom.
And and he was
I've heard some of this before.
He was giving the stage scrims, like hate breed stage scrims. He was like throwing them in the audience for people
those are
to have.
expensive.
Take them. Yeah, they are. Especially at the time, it was really expensive. Like back then, when not every band in the world could afford them and make them with like PVC pipes.
Right.
That shit was way expensive. And he's just like, yeah, here you go. It's just so funny. It's so funny that he was like giving money to the audience. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Life, dude. Just having a good time.
It's just
having a blast.
You come to a hate breed show,
it's very like a Danny move. Like I could
100%.
see 7 years ago in this band, if we got Danny that drunk and I told him that JB Josta did that and that it was sick, I bet he would get drunk and do the same thing.
Should have done it for our last show. Actually, he didn't get. Well, he got drunk later, but not during.
Yeah, make it rain. That would be a cool move. Get like some singles from the merch. 5 of them, and then just go pretend like we're balling.
Give it back and then do it again.
That was a good set,
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for helping.
I haven't seen you guys in
thank you very much for helping us.
It's been like probably a year before we've been shut down. I saw you guys prior, so it's been 3 years.
Been a while. Yeah.
I saw you at the Wire. I don't think the venue exists anymore.
Was that our Hawaiian special that we did?
Could have. Yeah, I think it was
one of our luau shows.
One of the luau shows.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And we went to Danico's after.
We made a day of it. It was great.
So good.
Horrible show, but we made a day of it.
It was fun.
I mean, we had
my
fun.
buddy's band was supposed to play and they dropped.
We were stuck with all those like high school kids that were like,
it was just like,
I don't even know where they are now or who they were. And they could not give a fuck less about us.
Yeah.
It was like insane. And it was like, I think 8 people all together.
Our girlfriends were there. I didn't even have a girlfriend at the time, I don't think. But
I know Gabe and his cousin showed up.
Yeah.
You and was Rick with you?
Maybe.
I think showed up. My buddy Ed was there.
Bernotis?
Yeah.
Bernatus.
And Eddie B. Who else? Like it was just like, and that room is what, a fucking 300 cap room or something?
Yeah, it's not big.
Yeah.
Whew. What was a hollow in there?
Yeah.
That was rough. That was such a rough one. Also, that was the world's worst flyer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, it was bad.
My favorite
bad time.
flyer ever.
Bad time.
I don't know. We made the best of it, like we normally do. So.
Oh yeah. It was great. It was fun.
You guys crushed it like a month ago, like 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
3
weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
A month? It has not been a month.
It's 3
weeks. It was the beginning of September, so 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah. It was. Dude, it was a blast. And then, the video is up finally.
And it looks
awesome. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you so much for helping out with that. Yeah.
Bill sends me a text. He's like, so I'm editing the video and I didn't hear this the first time.
This is awesome.
But,
and this is totally like this. You could turn this into a drinking game, which is good.
So I was throwing out Ric Flair woos. And so there's the woo.
Yeah.
And then there's the woo. Like the real short. So I was throwing them both out because you get me in a public place and put a beer in my hand and
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it just comes out.
Happen.
So he was like, if editing wasn't such a pain in the ass, I was gonna do the Mortal Kombat like testo, with the face, but with Ric Flair to pop out every time I throw.
Yeah, I wanted to take a picture of Al and then we could just put it in the video.
Sick.
But it's funny because I obviously at the time at the show I didn't even fucking notice because I was just in the zone. I'm going back and editing this thing and I get to the end here. Woo! I'm like, God damn it, Al. I knew immediately. I was like, Al.
I make it better.
It's so good. It's so good. So now that people know, you're going to hear it and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
People should do. We need more Ric Flairs in this world.
I 100% agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely need more Ric Flair. Well,
the hate breed.
25 fucking minutes of like solid, like it's like not the same breakdown. But it's just like
It's the Hatebreed sound.
It's the Hatebreed sound. It's just 25 minutes of crushing hardcore.
Oh, it's great.
Like, it's just, I don't want to say ignorant, but like it's simple but effective.
Simple.
You know, it doesn't need to be super flashy. It just hits you, and
it's at the right tempo. It's just like, it's so
I saw
good.
Hatebreed at Ozfest 2001.
Nice.
And there was like a 300-foot circle pit. And shout out to Jamie Joster for being like, I don't know what the fuck white supremacists love our music for so much.
That was a thing I never understood.
And because there was just like white supremacists running the wrong way in the pit.
Like skinhead shit.
It was skinheads just hitting people.
Because all those guys were bald.
Like there has to be like the connection because
just because
those guys are morons,
they had hereditary issues where they couldn't grow hair. Maybe they had like widow peaks or something. You know, like
somebody's got alopecia.
But because of that, like they're just like those guys. Like clearly they're skinheads. It's just like fuck, dude. I'm like,
granted, skinheads are probably fucking morons to begin with. So of course they're gonna be like, he's bald.
We're not dealing with the brightest of the brightest,
right? Yeah, a bunch of dull bulbs running around.
I guess I really don't care if I piss off skinheads. Fuck skinheads, you know. Like,
yeah, I think that's a stance most of us could take.
Yeah, like
fuck those guys. Although I mean, I'm sure that's still a thing, but I don't hear about it.
We live in like a northern city, and I think that's more like a
that's.
Like a southern thing.
As somebody that's slowly losing their hair, I'm a little worried now.
No, you need to have the Peter. What's his name from Townsend? Is that?
Oh, Devin Townsend.
No, Pete Townsend's from
the Skullet.
Yeah, that's
the Who.
Yeah, the Who.
Yeah, Pete Townsend is
also a balding man. I believe, right?
So there's. So we've been talking about as like a kind of a shit post. Where you want to bring up songs, but when you hear the original song,
oh my god, yes.
So you're like, so you hear Behind Blue Eyes, but it's by the Who, and you're like, oh, this is a great Limp Bizkit cover.
But you have to do it like very sincerely,
like very subtle.
Yeah, like
very subtle.
And so because we've been listening to because we're working on a kitchen, so I bring my little stereo. We've been listening to like 80s and 90s and 70s.
Okay.
Because we tried 2000s and we were just like,
we tapped out. I think we got 4 songs in. I was like, I'm good.
Was that bad?
Dude, it was rough. It was like really bad alternative, like,
I don't
even whiny kind of like
Dashboard Confessional.
I mean, it was even shit. I just didn't recognize.
It was shit I didn't recognize.
Yeah. It was weird. It was really fucking weird. I'll have to look it up again, but like, yeah, we got like 4 or 5 songs in. I was like, yeah, let's just go back to like a different.
Go back to listening to nothing but ABBA.
Let's go back to 70s, and then ABBA played a bunch. And then we would listen to the 80s, and then ABBA played a bunch.
Yeah. Did you listen to any the new ABBA?
I haven't
checked it out. Yeah.
Did you guys pre-order it with the hoodie?
I got the vinyl. You know,
you like that? Put her with the long sleeve.
I'll take a fucking ABBA.
You know, dude. If I have this hoodie, I only need like a very like alternate. You know, like this is like my dark hoodie. I need my light hoodie.
Yeah, we'll get you a white ABBA hoodie, dude. I bet you they got ABBA hoodies out there, dude.
I need it in like I need it in a pastel. It can't be just white.
I'll make you one.
That's your dad talking.
It is. Yeah. Shout out to my dad who loves pastels.
I love pastels too. Your dad's got great taste.
He does.
Glenn with 2 ends. I killed the man for this second end.
I like that.
That's my favorite, dude. That's the best. Anyway, Hatebreed.
Yeah, Hatebreed.
We just can't stay on topic.
I love it. Yeah.
I never really listened to Hatebreed that much until like I listened to his like the podcast.
Oh, really?
But like I had known of them because my buddy Eric was into Hatebreed when we were growing up.
My buddy Steve was into it. He's in a biker gang, so I feel like that fits.
Oh,
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Like there's like brotherhood and like lifting up because Hatebreed is like super uplifting,
super positive.
So it's super positive, regardless of like it sounds like it's just like a dude yelling over some hardcore riffs. If you like read the lyrics and listen to it, it's like
motivational shit.
Like, he's just like he's like what's like the big teeth guy, the motivational speaker.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh my god, what the fuck is that guy's name?
Writes books.
Yeah. He was in Shallow Hell.
Yeah, so like it's just like he's like a motivational speaker. Like ICP and Hatebreed need to do a tour, And like, you know, like how does a
Tony
Magnus
Robbins
work? Tony Robbins, yeah. How does Magnus work tour? And Tony Robbins speaks like, you know, there's like a seminar before it, so everyone can come and get uplifted.
They should just do like a spoken word with Tony Robbins, but play like hardcore music under it.
Yeah, it's like very soft.
Hate Breed
so it's you know how they did like the Unplugged in like MTV.
Yeah,
it's like Hate Breed Unplugged with like Tony Robbins.
Like doing the lyrics instead. I would totally watch that.
Sick.
I would like this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
I would subscribe to this channel.
Hit that fucking bell.
Whoa.
What's up?
Nothing. This is very out there in concept. It's just like there's a lot to take in. You guys are going so fast, man.
I live in a very
this is how we
world.
talk at work.
It's very just like
we throw shit at the wall and see whatever sticks.
It is, you guys, man. I'm sure it's very fun.
Oh, it's a blast to work together because it's just this stream of consciousness that's always going.
We have to keep it like PG when we're like, you know,
when there's customers and stuff.
Of course. Yeah. Dude, there's
when we're in the shop. It's like
I think the first time I met you, Al, was with one of my bandmate Alex and my other band Warforged, and it was at Bill's last 4th of July hurrah.
Oh, this is like,
and we were talking about, because we were listening to like Dimmu Borgir the whole day, like driving around like the 4th of July, just blasting Dimmu Borgir in my car. And me and Alex were like drunk pretty much the whole day. And this is before I was smoking weed. I don't know. Somehow we got into some conversation about blowjobs and ICS Vortex and like a reality show like concept with ICS Vortex and who gets to give them a blowjob. And then somebody's ears were burning. Like, you literally like turned around and looked at us and I'm like, I'm sorry. Did you guys say ICS Vortex and blowjob? And we were like, yeah. And then we just ended up having a conversation. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, that's pretty cool.
Hey, speak my language.
Yeah.
No, those are my two key words that you engaged me in you know, in the NPC conversation. I'm a robot, you know. That's what you say to trigger me. Like,
oh, you must start the quest now.
Yeah. It was very
sick. Traveler.
Yeah. I was very sick to see you were receptive to it though. It was like, oh good. Like at least somebody understands. Yeah. Like
I think I got into a fight that
that was the Dan fight.
Yeah.
No.
Not like
so have you guys seen the movie Basketball?
Long time ago. Don't remember.
So they're ripping on the little guy and he's like, you know, if you rip on me like 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here. So my buddy Dan was like blackout wasted and he just kept like hitting me. Like not hard, but like it's like fucking stop. I was like, you hit me like, you know, 13 or 14 more times, we're gonna have a problem. So he
hit you 13 more
times. He
times.
Kept hitting me and like, you know, I
counted to 14, 13.
And it was like probably 20 at that point. I was just like, dude, come on. And we got into a fight.
No, it worked out though.
Yeah. It wasn't a real fight.
Still friends.
We're still buddies.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We said no homo after we kissed.
Yeah, that was fine.
Nice.
No, we're go team.
Good for you guys.
Well, you know.
So anyway, Hate Breed.
Hate Breed. Satisfaction is the death of desire, man. Yeah, this is one of the first times I actually heard this record because when I got into Hate Breed,
this record's awesome.
You only hit
I hadn't listened. I had never heard this album before because it was really like because you know I was more into like you know I was really into thrash metal and shit like that.
Okay.
You know, so
Yeah.
So this explains why like this is like I don't know what I want to like. You know, like
you were right there with him.
yeah, really. That's why I want to bring up this. You know, because I didn't. Do I like breakdowns? Do I like uplifting lyrics over breakdowns? Do I like thrash metal? Do I like heroin induced sad grunge? Like I don't know what I like.
So what was the album you first listened to, Hate Breed, then?
It was Supremacy and it was The Rise of Brutality because Eric got those both from the Oak Park Public Library and we ripped them onto my E-Machine Walmart brand computer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pretty sharp.
You put it up on you know, like uTorrent or what was the old one? Like LimeWire, yeah.
So, you know, Supremacy had Destroy Everything on it, like that huge ass song. And like, I remember Doomsayer is on the Rise of Brutality. And those were the records I was familiar with by them. And I thought they were cool, you know, but I never really got super into Hate Breed. But like in passing, I was like, yeah, this is cool. You know, it was groovy and catchy. And I was like, yeah, like, and the Rise of Brutality, Satisfaction is the death of desire to me. Like listening to it because I've heard it before since I'd been listening to his show because people reference it all the time on his podcast. It really sounds like what a lot of hardcore bands are trying to do today.
Oh,
like it sounds like Knocked Loose.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like that shit, you know? And I'm just like, wow, this is like way older and better in my opinion. But like Jamie Justice actually sounds like tough on the record and like
sounds brutal as fuck.
Yeah, he sounds awesome.
He's like,
sounds so good.
Call your mom, go to church, you know, volunteer at the soup kitchen.
Use your turn signal.
But it sounds so tough.
Yeah.
And like the production on that is like,
oh, it's perfect for
it's
this.
Awesome. It's perfect for that.
You know who did it?
I have no idea. That's why I
should have brought the album.
They're a band that now pretty much records with Zeus only.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I think they've done like the last 3 or 4 records only like with Zeus. Yeah. And Josta does his solo shit with Zeus, so.
Yeah, it works.
The Zeusinator.
I will be, I will be heard.
It's a classic.
I will be heard.
I mean,
also, like,
that's because everyone knows it, so the whole
that's
crowd.
That's the second album, right?
Yeah. That's a good album too.
Yeah.
Also, like the crew vocals on point, so good on this.
Yeah,
I love it. The backing vocals and stuff, like, love it.
Yeah.
So good.
But it's also very groovy and very catchy. There's so many hooks.
How did I miss this? I guess it's been so long.
I'm surprised, but to me, I feel like anybody in my age bracket just like knows this album.
Also, I missed out because it's like this is like what our band kind of was. It was just like brutal, like 20-second long songs.
We were an offshoot of it, kind of without the hardcore element.
Yeah, all our songs were about what religion and Jack's penis.
Sometimes both.
So that's about. So there's still meaning, but it's, I feel like
I know I've read Jack's lyrics once. He gave me like a copy of them.
Find them.
And he is. I'm surprised you don't have like a copy of them anymore.
I'm a data hoarder.
That's what I'm saying. And they were phenomenal. They were great fucking lyrics. Like they're so good. But I forget. Like, he's not an idiot. He's a smart dude, so his lyrics were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the other thing I liked about Jack was like he never swore. And it wasn't like
Will Smith style.
It wasn't like he was trying to like, we were like trying to get on the radio or anything, but he was just like, he had a really good point that I don't quite
Big Willie style.
know if I could word as well as
you
he
don't
can,
need if
he's
you
like,
don't
I just
need
don't
to
need
swear
it.
to get your point across.
Exactly.
You need to swear. It's like diminishing your point. It's kind of like in an argument. If you swear at someone, you've lost because it's shown that you can't articulate without.
Right. You can't use a better word than that.
So being from Chicago, I can't talk without swearing. So it's very hard.
Yeah, which is even more.
I'm kind of torn on the subject of that because sometimes I think it depends on the standpoint what you're doing lyrically. Like if you're a band that is trying to preach some type of message, I would agree that I think that it gets kind of ridiculous then. But like if you're using it to serve something bigger than just a statement, like an actual like artistic,
concept.
an artistic, or anything.
Rage Against the Machine,
something like that.
There.
Like
it's like they're like fuck you, I don't do what you tell me. Like, you can't really say I disagree with you, sir.
Right.
Kind sir, like pardon me, like it's points that it really is needed.
And they're like obviously very politically charged.
Right. But there's definitely a time and a place for it where it works for sure. Like I'm not saying like no band.
Jack was really inspired by Will Smith.
I think so.
Like, I'm
very
polite, and Men in Black was the best movie ever.
Yeah. I think when it's used if it's used like poetically, I think it could be really
cool. Does
cool.
Hatebreed swear a lot?
No, I don't think so. Sometimes they do though.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, they have some songs that have like explicit on the things on Spotify.
Well, that's how you know it's a good album when if Tipper Gore doesn't like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking lit.
Tipper Gore gives you the fuck you.
If Tipper Gore see her disapproval, you're like, this has got to be good.
Yeah, dude.
Awesome. Hatebreed.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed the record. I definitely added it to my library. I don't know how I missed it.
Like, really,
I know how I missed it. I was a child.
Yeah, how old are you in 98?
7.
What the fuck, dude? Have you met Rosie's
kid? I thought you were
kid?
Cool, man.
Rosie's kid is writing lyrics to hardcore songs, and he's like 3.
Johnny James is fucking throwing down to Hatebreed right now.
Is he really?
No. There's like the nanny cam video, and he screams. He goes, "If you give a mouse a cookie."
Nice.
So he's writing his own.
Yeah,
it's the best video I've ever seen.
If you give a mouse a cookie, shout out. He's got that book. I remember that book. We're not that far apart, I guess. Me and Johnny.
Pretty close in age.
Yeah. 30 and
just had his
7.
birthday last week. So happy birthday!
Was he 4 or 5?
4. Yeah.
Gonna be 30.
Almost
these
the same.
four.
Yeah.
Same mental
Your
age.
birthday is like what, next week?
Wednesday.
Are you doing anything?
Jack shit.
Why?
Just probably gonna hang myself.
You don't want to do anything at
Let's
Healy's even?
get pissed.
Healy's is
Doesn't
gone.
exist.
Oh, well, what about
and the
cilantro?
place that has it got their
Yeah.
liquor license taken. Cilantro.
What? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Fucking
what
Mexican
about
restaurant.
yeah,
You talking about
cilantro's the
Cilantro. Jesus, now I can't say it. Cilantro.
What did I say?
Cilantro.
Cilantro. I like cilantro.
I like
That's
What's the
cilantro.
difference?
That flows better.
One is a garnish for food, and the other one is a
Yeah, one goes on
drinking,
tacos.
Salutation.
Yeah,
I guess,
and
right?
one is like a greeting.
A
I agree.
drinking
it's like
salutation.
like a cheers type
Yeah.
thing.
In what language?
Irish.
Oh, like Gaelic?
Yeah.
I see. Cilantro.
Cilantro.
I can't figure it out, man. Whew.
I'm gonna say that
Well-
from now on.
Yeah.
When I see my cousin.
Let's go there, dude. Let's go to Cilantro.
No.
What about
I never liked
Angela
that place, to be
O'Leary's?
Dude, last time we were there, it was almost good, and then they started blasting that shitty music off the fucking girl's
It was
cell
too
phone.
loud.
Let's go to Shortstops.
There's no old man bars. In
You don't
Forest
want to do
Park
anything
anymore.
for your birthday?
Not really. Yeah.
Why?
Well, like COVID's a thing, and like
Oh,
What day of the week
That's
is
fair,
it?
I guess.
I don't wanna-
Wednesday. I'm not trying to get fucked up on a Wednesday.
Dude, half price burgers at the garage, yo.
So there we go.
Nice, man. Fuck. We should do
Shout
something.
out, it's
yeah,
only
yeah.
shout out because when I have nothing else to do, I'm getting a half price burger.
I got to celebrate a
Nice.
little bit Saturday just because
Go
my
bowling or
buddy,
some shit, man. I don't
maybe my buddy John and his wife Jenny were in town
I saw.
briefly. So, oh yeah, you saw the picture.
I did.
Yeah,
That was fun.
I was busy,
He was working.
Yeah. With your
With
dad.
my dad. Yeah.
Wow. Getting paid though.
so you didn't have to.
Appreciate that.
Oh, so some people only are around on weekends.
We'll probably end up going to that place at some point for breakfast.
Oh, the
What
pancake
place
house?
was it?
The Lathrop House. It used to be Blue Max Coffee House on Lathrop, close to what is that? It becomes Displains. I don't think it is Displains. It might be Dixon or whatever. It's a little like side street.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, right by
Like
the
close to
tracks.
Lake?
Yeah, but it follows like the tracks in Forest Park.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude, that place was awesome. They redid the entire backyard as like a place you could. Obviously, they had to with COVID, but like it's all opened up and you can sit outside. It's super fucking nice. The food was really fucking good.
Cool. What'd you get?
I got the Irish Benedict.
Nice. Did they have pancakes?
Yeah.
Did they have waffles? Did they have Pop Tarts?
No Pop Tarts.
Fuck. Waffles?
Good coffee though.
French toast? Bacon? Eggs?
I like Benedict, so like I was like sold when I saw that.
Yeah,
You think Jamie Josta likes Eggs Benedict?
probably.
Anyway, so hate breed.
Yeah, Jamie Josta, man.
I mean, that's you like that totally natural segue.
Yeah.
Non sequiturs.
I don't know enough about like the history of Hate Breed to like tell you much about the history that weighs behind
I
this
wasn't
record.
super into him because
Yeah.
I was more into like weird tech death metal and like metal that didn't know what
the
genre
fuck it
they
was
were
doing.
at
Yeah.
the time. And
Same.
Hatebreed was a little too
Well,
bro hardcore.
Yeah, I don't even know why the fuck this. I don't know why it was on my radar, but for whatever reason, like I was like, this album's the shit.
Like,
Sold.
you're like, I need to listen to listen to an album that's older than Buck Cherry.
That's fair.
yeah,
It's
man.
in 98. I was in 7th grade. So would have been
Jesus.
13,
Yeah.
12.
The first album I bought was Metallica's Black.
That's pretty sick.
That's cool.
The second I bought was a Weird Al album.
Even better.
So like
Which
the
one?
I'm not sure. I don't like.
What singles are on it? Do you remember? What was the polka?
It's got to be like early like 91, 92. So I just don't. I don't remember.
They have Gangsters or Amish Paradise.
It could have.
I own that album.
Yeah. So but I was like, I like metal, but this dude's. I've seen Weird Al live as well.
That's awesome.
He's
That's so
he's
awesome.
phenomenal. Like I would suggest seeing him live. Like it's just if you like music, if you like live shows, like he puts on a great performance.
Yeah.
He's like the Bob Ross of like rock and roll, like he's like super wholesome, but also kind of edgy enough, but still wholesome, you know?
Yeah.
Bring the kids to
Well,
it.
yeah, it was like there was kids, like the whole half the show
I'm
was,
sure. Yeah.
I took my younger brother and he wasn't that old when we went to go see it. He was playing in Indiana. I had to drive the fuck to Indiana to go see it.
Ugh.
I just
Where?
swore, I don't know. This is 15 years
Shithole
ago.
Indiana.
Yeah. So all of it.
This is brought to you by the Tourism Board of Indiana. Do
Yeah.
you like dunes
paid.
and cornfields and meth?
Yes, all three
at the same time.
Yep.
But yeah, I haven't really kept up with Hatebreed though. Like, the first two albums were like my shit.
Yeah, like the second one. That's what like I heard a lot because my buddy was into it. So.
That's when they were pumping off and getting.
That's when they really like blew up. Was that second? Because what was the single somebody mentioned? Earlier?
I Will Be Heard.
I Will Be Heard was like everywhere. And it's
pits were nuts during that.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I'm like an old man, so I was like,
ooh, my back hurts watching this.
Yeah,
I was standing for them because I'm not gonna be a dick. But still, like,
fuck yeah,
I was relaxed. I was nowhere near that pit. What they were doing is they were forcing people to take their giant 24-ounce cans and put them in a plastic cup when they got closer to like the front pit, so they couldn't throw them as far.
Too much damage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because we were talking about violence at.
I'm surprised there was even
shows.
fucking pits over there, man. I feel like it's kind of like Dead to Fall when they played Cobra, and like in the very beginning, a few people like pitted really hard, and then everybody was like, "Oh, okay, my back hurts. Like I got bad knees. We gotta stop."
I was like,
they waited for a while.
I said in this podcast last time I was on, I was like afraid of that show, but I didn't realize that everyone as old as me or older.
Yeah,
like
so nobody's going like
the walkers with the the tennis balls on the bottom. Or like, I'm about to throw down and pick up these pennies, Sonny.
Yeah, but satisfaction is the death of desire. Still got desires in the walker, dude. Yeah,
dust off the camos, man. Hatebreed's up.
Yeah, it was cool. I thought it was awesome. It was a fun record to listen to, and it was so quick.
So it's like over before you know it.
It's being in a band that does quick, brutal songs.
You understand it.
It was just, yes. It's good driving music.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you can't get angry because this dude is way too angry.
Right.
Like, Jamie Jost is just like.
But also lifting you up at the same time. So you're like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
So what it's ICP, Hatebreed, and Tony Robbins. That's the tour that we need to promote.
Totally down. Totally.
They'll make it happen. Pidgeot de Josta.
Hey, Jamie Josta, if you listen to this podcast.
Well, ICP's doing their last tour or some shit.
What?
Yeah, like their last tour cycle because the dude has like a heart condition now. Violent J.
The big dude?
Yeah. Or some shit.
He's got the podcast now, so he's doing well.
Yeah, I'm watching the episode of Your Mom's House right now currently with him on it. It's hilarious, dude.
It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the.
It's so funny seeing Tom like fucking just like shaking his head at everything he's saying, and he's like loving it the whole time.
It's both of them are having like the time of their life with him on the show. It's so fucking funny. Did you see where he fucked up his arm?
Yeah.
Oh my god. And he's just like, yeah, I didn't go to. And he's like, I didn't go to the doctor.
Yeah. Well, I like how they're talking about wrestling, and he's like, yeah, he was like, it's like a dance, man. That shit is real. Then Christina was like, well, wait, didn't you just admit it's not real? Like, she's like, aren't you saying it's fake? Like, it was so funny. Yeah, that shit was hilarious. Me and Sam were watching that literally like before I came over
that's
here.
What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch the live episode on my birthday.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Al, I apologize that I didn't. I thought I was so high the other day, dude.
We talked about this too
at the show. I was so high that I had imagined that I already introduced you to my girlfriend Sam. That I thought it happened.
No, I'm like, so you got.
She was like, Jason, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, so I apologize.
It was such a cluster.
It was lots of things were going on, and I'm like, my life is awkward. So you got to like just approach it and overcome it. So I was like, hey, no one introduced us, but I figure we've been hanging around like kind of weird, staring at each other for a while. So how's it going?
I still kind of forget like who knows who like half the time.
I didn't say hi to Danny's girlfriend or her friend because they were just. They were doing their own thing.
They were having a good time.
They were.
Nobody was stopping them.
I was busy drinking and like talking to Rosie and like
that was awesome.
Whoever the fuck outside, I couldn't get back in.
Dude, same thing. Like I got stuck outside. Like it was just a rotation of people. I was like, okay, what's up?
I was just getting high.
So anyway, Hatebreed. No, anything else you guys want to say about Hatebreed? I feel pretty good about it.
I got nothing.
All right, now to your pick, which why?
Why did I pick it?
Yeah, why?
I just wanted to listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just was really feeling like I wanted to listen to it.
There's no riffs that inspire, like communism in this. I listened to the whole thing and it sounded great. I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any questionable bridges.
No questionable harmonies. And
I like this band a lot. I don't think they get the light of day and the time.
Where are they from?
They're from Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, they're called Neuraxis, and this album is Asylon. Asylon, right?
That's not how I pronounced it last week. So Asylon.
Yeah, Asylon, whatever.
Aslan. Is that the
Aslan.
lion from Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yeah, Asylon. I don't know.
Yes.
But it's great. I really like this album, and I really like this band a lot, and they're fucking sick. They rule, and this record is like such a sick blend of tech death that's not too over the top, but I feel like it's very interesting and also fun to listen to, where you don't really have to think too much to enjoy it. I put it on because I made shout out to Sam because we were out in the burbs today earlier and we had to drive all the way back. And I was because I listened to all the albums again today. I was able to listen to both of yours. And I woke up, I got up at 9 because our plumbing isn't working right now, which is fun. And I was I'm just going to play some WarioWare and I'm just going to listen to these albums while I do it. And that's literally all I did for 2 hours. So I was sitting there for an hour and a half, but I listened to both these records and then I was I should listen to my pick again. So I made Sam listen to it on the way back. And even she was oh yeah, this isn't that bad. I can handle this. Yeah. And I'm oh, cool. And it sounds really good.
It's well produced.
Yeah. It sounds
it's very clean and
top notch. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, this album specifically, it's the last album they did. They're from Montreal. They're a Canadian tech death band, and they came from that scene with Despised Icon and Ion Dissonance and Beneath the Massacre.
I own one of their albums.
Do you remember which one?
One of the earlier ones.
Of Divinity?
Maybe it's
Trilateral
black
Progression?
and silver kind of cover.
Yeah, I think that's. Do you like it? Where did you get it?
That was during a time when I would. I don't think so. Maybe let me see their albums.
I'm going to them.
That was at a time when the Trilateral Progression.
Yeah.
Or no. Maybe it is Truth Beyond. Maybe both.
Sick. Both of those are sick records.
I don't know. I never really listened to them because that was the time when I would ask Tom to be I'm going to buy a bunch of albums. What should I get? And he'd be all right, get this, and this. And I was all right. And I'd buy them.
I would do the same thing. It's Tom, Mike, and Jack. I was what do you suggest? Because I don't want to think. You tell me what to think. Yeah. Then I'll decide what I like.
Yeah. I mean, because I wasn't I'm still not a big metal guy. So even then I was what should I be listening to? If we're going to do this band, what should I be listening to? And I remember.
I do have a Vital Remains hoodie, but I'm also not a huge metal guy either.
Yeah.
Sure. Don't
just play one on TV.
Don't let the long hair and the Vital Remains hoodie, fool you.
Sure.
I like both kinds of music,
Absolutely.
Country and Western.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this band. I mean, I love their old records. Can I get one of these collage keys?
That's why I brought them.
Oh, fuck yeah. Thanks, man. I'll take
really
one
good.
of these Polish desserts. I'm Polish too.
Me too.
Half.
What's fucking Polacks here?
Yeah.
Look at us go.
Maybe the three of us can change a light bulb.
Let's find out.
But
I almost saw this band live. I heard them outside
you missed them,
of
right?
What was the venue?
Doug's in Aurora.
Yeah. Dumbest fucking thing we've ever done in a while. So stupid. Yeah. So stupid.
That was before this record came out.
Well before it. Yeah. It was a long time ago because
it was on the record before it.
It was the show with Decrepit Birth, Veil, The Faceless, some
Abigail Williams.
I think that they
were on that tour,
and that was the reason why we were outside because I don't give a shit about this band. And then we thought it was something else playing. I don't know. It was so stupid that we fucking missed it, and we walked in and we're oh, we totally just missed Neuraxis. Way to go.
Yeah,
we're morons.
Yeah, dude, they didn't tour. I mean, they toured here enough, but I never ended up catching them live either, and I was very regretful because I love this band.
They're
so
sick.
Much. They're so fucking sick, man, and they've always been sick, and they just got better and better and better. In my opinion, they morphed into a band that I think was a lot more focused and concise, and not so all over the place and wacky. as they were on like their first few records, where it's just like so fast and so weirdly melodic, but like it blended really weird. Like their OG drummer is one of the singers from Despised Icon. The dude that does like the hardcore vocals. Yeah, he used to play drums in Neuraxis.
Really?
Yeah, this was like the band he like came up in. So he's on Of Divinity, that album that you have. And he left after or right before Trilateral Progression. They have a different guy on drums. But
weird.
Yeah, they toured here on that album before this, or that album before this was coming out. Thin Line Between was coming out when you saw them. So that's what they were gearing up and touring with. And they did a bunch of touring. They did a Summer Slaughter in Canada, I think, and like they ended up just being one of those bands that had a lot of guys in and out with the more that they started touring, and they ended up getting like the bass player now that's on this album is in Cryptopsy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in that band now. He's also in Cattle Decapitation now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's on the newest album.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Huh. And the drummer on this ended up joining that band Cataclysm. But I don't think he plays with them anymore. I think he just quit, actually. But I don't know what he does now. But yeah, it was really cool because this is just a 4-piece.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah, it's just 4 dudes. It was one guitar player, Rob Miley, who's like the OG dude in the band, was their newest vocalist who was only on the last 2 records. And it was Ollie, that bass player. I think it was his first album with them. And I think it was their drummer's first album with them. But it's cool. It's definitely a little like the album Thin Line Between, the one before this, and Trilateral Progression. They're very much death metal records, but I also think they're very like proggy. Like there's definitely some heavy like Cynic influence in those albums to me when I hear them. And like, I mean, they're classics. This band is just one of those, like, I discovered them at Metal Haven. So cool. Like before it was the Grill, when it was like a store, and like I bought like all my Neuraxis CDs there because they stocked shit that Willow Tip Records would put out that you couldn't find anywhere else. And so it was cool because like nobody really talked about this band, but I always thought they were sick. Like in high school, I was like, damn, this band is so fucking awesome. And like I really liked how they were like heavy, but then they would have these like melodic hooks in their songs. And there's a ton on this album. But I like how this album feels darker than like those proggy records. It's almost got like even more of a death metal influence on it, more so than they had before, in my opinion. And it's really cool. And it's just, I think, a really good example of like a tech death record that was like, it wasn't like overtly technical for the sake of being technical. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
there's some nuance to it.
The technicality is there to serve the songs.
Right.
In my opinion.
So in the same venue, you guys know who John 5 is?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So there's my brother linked me a video of it's a song. It's like John 5's band, but the person singing is Dave Mustaine.
Really?
Yeah. And so like the guitar that like John, like the parts that John 5 is playing, the only way I could describe it sounded like, you know how you like when you hear like saxophone playing, it just sounds like the person's jerking themselves off. Like, you know, saxophone parts really don't fit anywhere in a song. It's just the person like.
You hear that, Bruce? Anyway.
Yeah, so John 5, his riffs were flashy, but like they didn't really like.
John 5 can fucking shred.
He was shredding, but it was just like him jerking himself off. It wasn't that great as far as like a song.
Yeah.
Or I feel like the album I was, but I was listening to, everything was like, it wasn't just, technical to be technical.
It all had like a purpose.
Yeah.
And like,
it did have a fucking purpose.
Yeah.
Some people.
Yeah. It was just like, it's one of those records that I like so much because I feel like it's such a cool listen, and it's very like, it has a feel to it. I feel like it's this one and the album before it, Thin Line Between, are the two Neuraxis albums that really feel unique to me amongst the rest of their record.
Back and just check this discography all over again.
They're all great. I don't think they have a bad album in my opinion. Even their old shit I love. Like Trilateral Progression and the prior stuff I kind of grouped together because it's mostly the same lineup minus a few changes. But then like they got signed to Prosthetic, and that's when they were putting out these records, and they were really like, entering that state of being like a regular band that would tour North America. You know, they were on the same booking agency that we're on now.
Oh,
and
cool.
They did a bunch of tours. They played Reggie's a bunch. I just never ended up catching them. And yeah, they just kind of fizzled out. And I think they're on hold now is kind of their status.
Oh, really?
Their guitar player, Rob, plays in a band called Acurion, I think they're called. And it's a band with one of the old singers from Cryptopsy, the dude that was on Whisper Supremacy, Mike DeSalvo. So they're in a band together, which is cool. I haven't heard much of it other than like a song. It's cool. It's not Neuraxis, but it is cool. And yeah, that dude Ollie in this band, he plays in Cattle Decap now and Cryptopsy. I want to say, I don't know what the drummer's doing now, and I don't know if the singer is doing music, but the singer was also like a pro wrestler.
Oh, really?
In Canada. Yeah. Like
him and Andy Williams ever faced.
He was working like on pro wrestling. I don't know if he was like amateur or pro, but
did he rise to the top?
Dude, he was jacked, man. He used to like wear all these cut off cred death metal shirts when they would play. Like if you look up any live video of them on YouTube, circa like, 2008 through 2011, like this era of that band, it'll be like a decrepit bird shirt with the sleeves cut off and he's jacked and like
fitting through.
Yeah. And he's got like he's not my favorite vocalist, but he has like a distinct style, I think.
That's fair.
And like out of all those bands, if you really group them with that Montreal scene, like Despised Icon, Ion Dissonance, like they sound way different. They sound like a completely different band from that type of shit. Not knocking any of it because I love all those bands, but I always liked how unique they were with that. And
I went the route of Ion Dissonance.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I did too. But I went both routes. Like I liked all three of the bands.
You heard it here, folks. Jason goes both ways.
I go both ways.
Nice.
Not sexually,
but only the Montreal, technical death scene.
Yeah, but like
Great Schism.
Yeah, I was listening. Me and Alex listened to "Day of Mourning" by Despised Icon yesterday. We had to drive out to Naperville to go out to Max's, and it was like an hour and 15 minutes because traffic was so bad, and we're coming from the middle of the fucking city. But we put on that whole record and we were like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
See, you could have listened to Hatebreed like 6 times.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we could have.
You guys really wasted your time.
Yeah, I guess we did. But yeah, man, this record, it just reminded me of like how sick it was at the time, and how like I feel like if this band got to continue, they would have just gotten even better with that type of shit. Songwriting, like it's really cool. And like there's just so many good songs on it too that I really like. Like that song Savior and Destroyer is sick because dude, Bill from Decrepit Birth does guest vocals on it.
Really?
Yeah, he's on it. And it's so hard to hear him because like the vocals are mixed so similar. But like finally this time, because I remember I would listen to it like when I was younger, and I'm like, man, where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Headphones.
But this time I listened to it and I was like, okay, I can tell this is him. Like I could tell this part is him. It's in one of the verses that, like, and they kind of trade off.
Turned my head and I was like, that's
that song's awesome because it's like really melodic, but it's also like like fast and like has the heavy parts and like a cool melodic guitar solo.
3 more seconds of the imitation and we get DCMA striked. It's done.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, all this time. Yeah, shit. I'm going to pull it up because I need to know. I don't know the song names off the top of my head other than that. Because I remember that song, it was one of the singles that was on MySpace before the album came out. Yeah.
We were on MySpace.
Good old days.
Purity is another one of my favorite songs on it. Because it's got that cool like like melodic guitar like hook right at the beginning of the song that like carries that whole song. I think that one's really cool. I like that song Trauma a lot, and Sinister. Man, so sick. And I would literally if anybody has any fat guy sizes of Neuraxis merch, please let me know if you don't want it, because I'll buy it from you. Because they don't have any merch anymore anywhere.
Really?
So yeah.
Just get your Vital Remains hoodie. It's totally easy. They're available everywhere.
I have a Vital Remains hoodie, actually. It's not that, but I do have one. It looks like a Hot Topic hoodie.
Vital Remains still a band.
Yeah, they are, but they like there's like a lot of weird shit with that band. Yeah. Not like bad per se, I guess kind of, but like not I don't know. they just like don't do shit, you know, like they haven't put out a record since the one after that, and it's been over 10 years now or some shit, but like they tour and play the same shit over and over again. So I don't know.
Name broke.
Yeah, I guess, but it's also at the same time, it's like, what's the point? Like,
maybe they're doing like a Tools thing.
Yeah, that must be it. I can't find a picture of the hoodie I have. It's like pink and green. It's fucking really weird, but it's cool. It's a sick hoodie.
I believe you.
Yep, you've seen it before for sure.
I'm sure.
Sick band. But yeah, anyway, I do really like this record, and when it came out, I kind of like, I liked it a lot, but I didn't really like it until a couple years later. Like after it came out, I came back to it and I was like, damn, this record's really cool. It's heavier, because like I like the more progressive direction they were going in before. I thought it was cool, and I just enjoyed the catchiness of it and all of that. But yeah, and then this album, I was like, oh, it's just heavy shit. I get it, you know. I see what they're doing. But it was cool. It's a really cool album, and like,
and this is 2011, right?
Yeah, Danny likes this record a lot.
Really?
Yeah. He hit me up about this record a while ago, and he was like, isn't this sick? I'm like, yeah, this band fucking rules, dude. And yeah, it's just like a band that you don't hear a lot of people talk about as much, you know?
I don't really hear that name like pop up much at all.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the few bands I do know. So like,
I know,
I
right?
never hear
it's a
it.
bummer. It's a bummer. They were really tight with Cephalic Carnage. Like on that album of Divinity, a bunch of those guys did guest vocals.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's very cool. So sick, man. Such a sick band. Like, and come on, like Canadian death metal. I mean, it was just one of those albums where I'm like, fuck, I'm feeling and doing
Poutine's the routine.
You know, it's like I'm really into listening to it right now. So I just want to talk about it now instead of waiting for whenever we do the next death metal one and then not feeling it, you know?
Fair enough.
And I think I'm going to do the new Portal record on that.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So I'm going to make you miserable.
Somebody want to...
Yeah, I almost did that for this, but I was like, nah,
I will
Nate's
do
gotta-
research on Buck Cherry so we can have some brevity and some comedy.
Dude, imagine if you had to do Buck Cherry and Portal.
Oh, fuck. It's like
Which one makes you want to jump out of a window faster?
Oof. Fuck. That's like, talk about bookends. Jesus.
Take me down to New Orleans. I'm going to make the scene.
I like all the footage from him at Woodstock.
From like the Katanki shit. Like, that's phenomenal. Whoa.
Nuts.
I almost saw that band live.
Yeah.
Years ago when I was driving for Non-Point. And I was like, I'm going to sleep in the bus. See you guys later.
Damn it, man. You missed out on history, dude.
That's like something in your life you should have gone and seen.
Yeah, I'm good.
Your grandkids are going to be like, you know, like, you could have saw Buck Cherry.
Why would you waste your life like that, Grandpa? It was Buck Cherry and was it Fozzy, the Chris Jericho band?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, Fozzy.
Yeah, they were playing. And
Max fucks with Fozzy.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Why? Because of Rich Ward or whatever.
Yep.
Everybody kept saying that. I was like, it means nothing to me.
It
means something for a lot of people.
Not to me either. Yeah.
If generic rock needed a band for like the poster child, I feel like Fozzy fits that bill.
Max really likes that Bad Wolf song. With the,
I still haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just hear like the more DL sounding stuff before I make my full
I hear you.
opinion on this new this new thing. So we'll see. Because that teaser track was like, I was like, all right, I'm in. I think I'm in. I'm in for this. But then you were telling me, the new single.
Not that.
Nothing like that. Yeah. Which, whatever. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
Well, yeah. But yeah, I mean, to people that are into death metal, progressive death metal, technical death metal, like, check this band out. Like, they flew under the radar.
I really liked it. I'd never heard of them before. Like, I've just been jamming it the last couple days.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Although my speakers are kind of crapping out. And they crapped out during Hatebreed and I couldn't tell a difference too much. But then
I told me you're just missing a few sick guitar trades. That's
I could definitely tell a difference, between,
I don't think there's one fucking harmony on that album.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
so.
Yeah.
Not that I know of off the top of my head, at least.
Yeah. I'm probably wrong, so he's yelling at us right now, but yeah, you're fine with listening to
yeah, this album's a really cool death metal record. You know what I mean? It's really fun. Like, it's really...
I wonder if Tom still fucks with this band at all. Because, like, Tom was the one that initially told me about him to check out and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
He gave me, like, a hard drive full of metal.
Yeah.
Sick.
I was just like,
do you remember this being on there at all?
it wasn't.
This probably wasn't out at that time.
Well,
yet,
I mean, any Neuraxis?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, no. Weird.
Throwing my water bottle.
Lots of Psychroptic.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
I only know and liked the one song.
Scepter of the Ancients.
No.
Observant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like everybody.
So
stoked that they played that.
Whoa, one more note.
Yeah.
Gonna pick up on it.
Who I ripped off for one of our new songs.
We played with them, right? Or no, you came with us.
I think Warforged
played with them, yeah. Because we're both Defonsiites.
I was just waiting for
disciples
that song.
of Dan Defons.
They were good live though. They were really good. Like, and I don't know their discography at all, but
yeah,
I sat there and watched it and waiting for.
Oh no, that was before we were on that booking agency. So never mind.
Was it?
Yeah, Shane just got us on that show. I think.
I'll be right back.
Good time though.
Hell yeah! Who else played that?
Archaic, Ovid's Withering when they were still a band, and there was somebody else. I don't remember who exactly.
I just remember Psychroptic.
Was Zenith Passage on that? No. I'm gonna look it up. It was a bloodletting tour. I remember that. Bloodletting tour. That was the name of the tour. So it was. Oh, it was Kennedy Vale. Yeah, duh. Because Gabe Sieber was there.
Glovesies, right?
Glovesies?
The guitar player with the gloves.
No.
Who's that?
I don't know.
I've seen him like twice at Reggie's.
Arcspire?
Nah. The guitar player wore like cut off gloves. Like they all were wearing hoodies.
Abigail Williams.
Was that them?
Maybe. No. I don't know. Dragged into Sunlight?
No.
We played?
I don't think we played with them, but I think like there was like 2 shows that like you and me both went to, and they were like not direct support, but they were on the tour.
I don't remember.
And like I do not like that band. They always sound fucking terrible.
I don't think that was them at all on here. Kennedy Vale's just California dudes.
Yeah, I don't think it's them.
Yeah. I don't think it's any of the bands on this one.
Is that band Lorna Shore cool?
They're big.
Because like I just heard them because like new vocalist, like that song. Yeah. All because of like there's a dude on Instagram that I stumble across every once in a while. It's like him and another guy that do like these vocal things. They're kind of funny. Like they just do like do like lines from like this thing. But in a death metal voice, and like these 2 dudes would always do it. I was like, that's kind of funny.
Oh, I know what you were talking about. Sam watches those guys on TikTok.
Yeah, and like the one dude's like in like some like big band I've heard people talk about before, but he's not the singer. I think he's like the guitar player.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
The dude, like the bigger dude with the beard and long hair.
I've only seen like one of those videos.
Oh yeah, and so he did like
Sam's like, do you like these guys? And I'm like, no.
I can't remember the name of the fucking band he's in. You know who they are, but.
Yeah.
No, he did like a vocal cover of that Lorna Shore song that they released. I was like, sick. Jesus Christ. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what does this sound like? Yeah. And then I went down the rabbit hole and checked out the video, and I was like, holy fuck.
Nice.
His vocals are insane. That song is talk about fucking Sam's Club metal. That song, dude. It's like 7 minutes long.
Yeah, it's way long.
Just fast forward to the end for that fucking brutal vocal part. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
Their drummer added me on Facebook, and he liked a bunch of my videos, which was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like one of the biggest bands in metal right now for sure.
Really?
That song and that EP got like I think it almost beat out the Black Album on iTunes sales like first week. Yeah. It was like it was huge. Yeah, just in like the metal charts on iTunes and shit like that.
Fucking A, good for them.
Yeah,
Holy
at least
shit.
iTunes metal charts. It was like almost #1. It was huge. Yeah, that song was because it blew up on the internet.
What is this band?
Lorna Shore,
which I've heard the name a bunch, and I didn't.
They're a big deathcore band.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I've never checked them out until recently.
They're definitely more on the death metal side for sure. They're
Yeah,
cool. I never really got into them. I mean, I respect them, and I respect the fuck out of where they're at now because they're larger than life, and they overcame a lot of shit. Yeah, their last vocalist got canceled. right before they had their first album coming out with him.
Maybe that's why the name.
Yeah, they got fucked over a lot. Like their OG vocalist quit to join that band, Chelsea Grin.
Okay,
and just up and left them. And then they got this dude named CJ. CJ ended up coming out being like a piece of shit and got canceled on the internet right after they literally were on like the public, like the fucking promotion cycle for the album, the last album they released. And they were like, we're still putting out the record. We don't support this dude, but we hope you support us.
That band.
Like, yeah,
okay,
it was that.
I do remember that now.
And now they came back and they have this new dude who's like fucking insane, and now they're larger than life. And good for them.
Oh, wow.
They worked their asses off for that. So
I mean, if that song was cut into like 3 songs, it'd be like, yeah, those are 3 of the sickest songs ever. But
yeah,
one gigantic, it's Sam's Club metal. But
yeah,
it was cool. Yeah. I was just, I'm just curious. Like,
well, they have an EP. It's like a 3-song EP that just came out. That's what that song's on.
What was the name of it?
Hellfire, to the Hellfire,
something like that. I like the music videos for it's just that one with a bunch of flames shooting everywhere.
Yeah. I could do it if I eat some mac and cheese, dude. I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. I could do it if I get fucked up enough.
I have cats and I'm allergic to cats, so just
so you sound like get me in the morning. I'll have to send you a link to that.
Get me in the morning as I wake up, and I'm just like,
yeah, dude.
I watched a Cradle of Filth video today.
Like a new music video.
Yeah, was this a new music video?
Yeah, it's a new music video. It's like super low budget as fuck.
Was it sick or no? Was it shot?
I don't really know Cradle of Filth enough to be like what the baseline is of them, because I haven't, like, the last thing I remember is that fucking Forest song or whatever. Like, remember we used to fog? Yeah, we used to like make fun of that all the time in Capsize.
Nice.
I don't know. It looked. Maybe it's good. I don't know. To me, it didn't.
I was never into Cradle of Filth.
Yeah,
I had a phase for sure. Yeah, I like the album with that song, Midian. It's called. But it had like a lot of other sick shit. That song was weak, but
I feel like of the 2 bands I remember from that, which was Cradle of Filth and Demo Borgir, I feel like Demo Borgir is like
the superior in my opinion. Yeah,
This song was called Coffin Fodder.
Yeah,
here we like have a CD.
Gilded Cunt. I liked that song.
Wait, you've been watching IT Crowd, right? Did you get to the?
That's where that he's like this is a Cradle of Filth album. You should listen to the song Coffin Fodder, and like hands it to a lady at a funeral, like his husband.
Bogus.
So good,
dude.
It sucks that they don't use a Cradle of Filth song when they play it on the show. It's like some shitty.
Well, they were larger than life. That band.
Oh yeah, they're huge. I don't know about anymore.
They're kind of just like they play Joliet now.
That's so crazy.
Whoa.
Wait, what were you saying about Joliet?
Yeah.
Well, they play the Forge now. Like, that's where they're coming if you're going to see them.
I was talking shit. That's a hill I'm willing to die on.
We play Body Brew, so fuck them. But
we could play Cresta.
Yeah, I don't know. No comment on fucking Cradle of Filth, I guess. I don't mind some of their shit, but I'm just not
into them. I don't think they're a bad band. I just think they're kind of a meme for that genre.
They became that.
That's fair.
Like, that's so fair. Like, when you go to the carnival and like draw me a metal band, and then they draw Cradle of Filth.
Yeah,
it's like a caricature of what that type of music should be, because they just went like, I don't know if it's full fan service or mental illness or
or a little bit of both.
Yeah, but they just totally like went too far with it. And
I don't know. It didn't do anything.
Their first 2 records are actual like black metal albums,
right?
That I think are decent.
Right.
That's actually I ended up getting into them because of those records, because Nick Barker played drums on their first 2 records. I think.
Who is that? I've heard that name.
The dude from Dimmu Borgir, who ended up in that band. He was in Brujeria for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And he's done a ton of shit.
What is that?
Brujeria. It's witch in Spanish.
Okay.
Wasn't that like Dino and?
Yep.
I think Tony Campos did some stint in it, and pretty much all the Hispanic metal.
Yeah, he played drums.
I was in it for a week.
He was awesome, man. He's a great drummer, So that's why I listened to those records, and then I kind of got into Cradle of Filth from there. And they were big around the time I was getting into metal, so I ended up hearing it like on Music Choice Metal or seeing the video for Nymphetamine on Headbangers Ball.
It just seems like
when Jamie Josta hosted Headbangers Ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It just seems like tired Hot Topic. You know,
that's exactly what it was. I mean, that's what it was at that time.
I used to watch this cable access guys metal show at
awesome.
That was like,
was it JBTV?
No, it was like even worse. I'm gonna have to Google it and figure it out. But it was just like this big dude with really crappy dyed jet black hair would always be playing all the hits all the hits of the day with whatever it happened to be. So you just get the juxtaposition of
was it metal or was it top 40 shit?
It was metal and hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Because this dude's in your basement probably hitting 4 counties,
Awesome.
And I'm gonna have to ask my younger brother. I was like, hey, what was that guy's name? Because I need to thank him for opening up my mind to
I wonder if any of that's on YouTube.
Crappy, metal that I would have never listened to.
Had
to some fat guy on Saturday night not said, listen to
check
this
out
song.
these bands. It's kind of interesting with metal like that, how it's you gotta seek it out. And I think that's another reason why it's just it's not that popular. It's just people don't want to put in the legwork,
Yeah.
You need someone really, really, really into it to just suggest.
Yeah, you need that older brother that's
things to you.
Check this shit out.
I got my younger brother really into Fintrol, and the way I got into Fintrol
you fuck with Fintrol?
Yeah.
Okay, so
we just talked about it. Yeah.
So years ago, back in the dial-up internet days, I was talking in chat rooms with people online. This guy's like, "Hey, you might really like this band." So he sent me a snippet because sending a full song would take 10 years.
Of course.
So he's like, "Listen to this one part. You hear an ogre bubbling potions in the background," and I'm like, "Sold, fucking sold." So I bought that from some website, and I've been to so many Fintrol shows because of that. But my younger brother, he loves them. He's like, I dig them, but he's super
all in,
super into them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
Finland.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Finnish.
Yeah.
They just put out a record, their first record in a while, a year ago or 2 years ago. I think it was last year. Yeah. I haven't even heard it yet, and I should go buy it, but
what show was it? I'm
they're
pretty sure
nuts,
it was,
man. They're fucking crazy. It's yeah. Did you ever play Banjo-Kazooie for Nintendo 64?
Yes.
It sounds like that. Their music sounds like that.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's Banjo-Kazooie tempo and pacing to it. And I'm just yeah, this is sick.
It's boom, boom, get the boom, get the
yeah,
boom, get
it's it's stupid but sick at the same time. But it's Euro trash shit.
They're playing it's
folky.
Yeah, it's polka.
Yeah.
It's they're Finnish, polka.
Dude, they have a really sick record that I really like. It's one of their newer ones, actually.
I was gonna say there was some band we saw at the Metro that was Fintrol Light, and they were terrible. They were local.
Pirate Crew.
Nah, do you remember? I'm pretty sure you and I were. It was you, me, Rick, and my old singer Steve.
This album, Blood Swept.
What show is that?
Did you ever listen to this one?
Why the fuck were we all together at the? Oh, I think it was Hot Dang.
What was that?
Hot Dang. Tony's.
Oh yeah,
Tim's old band, and there was a band there that was they had the fucking Aladdin vest on, and I think there was a girl playing fiddle, and it was not good. I just remember being holy shit, dude, this is really, really rough.
I took a girl on a date to see Hot Dang at the exit. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I'm gonna say, this is you guys are the priest, and this is my confession.
You weren't even trying to lock that down then. Huh?
I was just so apathetic. I was like, what's the worst I can throw at a bitch?
If she can make it through this, we can make it to the end.
Dude.
I felt.
That's awesome.
In hindsight,
I remember, they played
why would I ever? She was really into metal, more metal than I was. So I was
I know a metal band.
Let's go to the metal show at the metal bar. Big mistake.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to her since.
Fair enough.
I don't remember her name, but if you're out there, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Damn,
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, they had an album come out September of last year. I might pick it up.
Yeah, my brother probably has it acquired, but hasn't bought it yet. Yeah,
I should get it.
Well, I like buying things, but at the same time, I'll listen to it.
Yeah, you can Spotify if you have that. It's on there. I'm gonna listen to him on the way home and be like, "Yeah, this is too much," and then turn something else on, probably.
I'm gonna listen to the 4 bars on repeat. the CD. And Bill's car that doesn't have a CD player.
No, it does.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, does it have a repeat function? Probably not, but I can just go back a little bit.
Yeah,
it was the last year you could have a CD player.
He probably has the controls on a steering wheel to do that too. He could rewind the track a little bit. You can in my car. Hold down
I can only change the volume.
So you know how on YouTube
you can't change
now,
tracks?
No. Yeah.
If you can't hold down the track.
No, you can. Button. There is a track.
Have you seen like those 10-hour videos where they just like loop shit for like 10 hours?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
It's like the same.
Yeah.
10 hours.
Just say the word and I'll put it up on our YouTube.
I got a decent enough computer. I can I'll just I'll just crunch that, for a day and a half.
Do you guys have work tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time do you guys start?
Well, I have my chiropractor in the morning.
What time do you start?
Whenever I pick him up after the chiropractor.
Your dad's picking me up at 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Fuck if I know, man.
Oh, good luck.
Elephant rhinos.
Oh, God.
Why the fuck is he? Whatever. We don't need to talk about that.
I don't have to drive, because I don't have a car.
Right.
Well,
the last time you were on was post-accident.
It was like a day after.
It was like the day after.
Jesus.
After.
You look much better now.
I'm not in horrible pain rickety. 2 months later. Yeah.
That's great.
Well, shall we?
Yeah.
Nice. That was fun.
I'm going home and go to bed.
Anything you'd like to plug?
So there's a concept, one more concept, because we're an existential world.
Yeah.
Back at work.
And this is good because I can throw it in at the end, so then I can link people, because I don't have to watch the whole podcast again. But so one of my friends, she plays White Wolf, which is like D&D, but like it's not like dungeons and it's not like dragons and orcs. It's like other universes, but it's still like a role playing game, right?
Okay.
So they're like set like 20 years in the future.
Oh,
and her character is like some like vampire who was like really into emo, but since emo doesn't like exist anymore and it's been like 20 years past, it's referred to as classic emo.
Oh, wow.
And the concept of classic emo to me is one of the best things I've heard in the recent times. Because I was figuring, like, what are we going to get? Like, oh yeah, that was classic hardcore. Jamie Josta's.
Pretty soon.
Like
we'll be
classic hardcore
like
radio.
Yeah.
That's like that was classic. Metal tech,
classic
death,
metal,
acoustic.
Classic metalcore.
Yeah, this is WFUK Chicago, your lead classic emo station.
95.5.
And it's just like all My Chemical Romance.
American football.
Tom fucks with that.
Yeah, they're sick.
And that was I don't have any more Patreons to throw out today.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Plugging anything?
Nope.
Oh, actually, one more thing. They're probably going on like right now. Fukushima Laser Shark is playing at Liars Club.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
my favorite band.
It's our buddy Ben's band.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Their whole album is nautical themed, which is great.
Nice. Some sea scurvy songs. Some sea shanties.
Bunch of sea shanties. Yes, it's nothing but sea shanties.
You're missing out on some.
They're like a
hardcore band,
punk rock band,
like Hatebreed, but
not even punk,
themed.
but they're like a rock band,
avant-garde,
avant-garde rock band,
punk rock band, I guess.
Sea urchins away!
The only thing I have to plug is the Roman Ring live at the Empty Bottle video.
Yeah, check it out.
I worked really hard on
buy
that.
Some merch.
But yeah, check it out. It's on YouTube. It's on the Roman
it's
Ring
like you
page.
could relive the experience by going and watching the YouTube video and then checking out our online merch booth at Bandcamp.
The shirts that you didn't buy when you were at
you
the show.
Fucks. Buy a shirt.
You can look
please.
Like that reminds me.
Screaming into the mic.
Legends of the Hidden Temple is coming back apparently.
The show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sick. So get one of our shirts. And it looks just like one of those.
I thought it's on the Paramount Plus streaming thing.
Is it?
I thought it was.
I thought I just saw a thing
already?
saying like coming soon or something. I don't know. A teaser for it. Anyway, my joke is our shirts look like it. Jason streaming.
You think it looks like it?
100%.
What part of the Legend of the Temple?
The shirts.
Oh, that they wear on the show?
It's like the same thing.
Dude,
it's like the
isn't it
same
sick?
exact colors, and it's just like the same kind of like
That's sick.
I love it. Like I'm so in on it.
Awesome.
Come to one of your shows.
I didn't know what I thought you meant the design looked like that. I was like,
no,
yeah,
it's
whatever.
just the vibe. Like it's like total.
That's
like
sick.
Just look up any of the kids on that show. And like the shirts from it, and it looks just like it. Like this is the monkey, and this is the wolf, or whatever the fuck. Ours is like the ninja or whatever.
Oh yeah, dude, that's sick
right?
too. Yeah. Damn, fuck
so get on that if you guys want some cred while that show's coming out.
Dude, maybe we'll just do our next merch run. Will just be these.
Let me see one. Dude, sick.
Yeah, same thing.
Can we just do that, but put our logo over it?
Yeah.
That color is like the same color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking. What was that? Galapagos blue. That was the color.
It wasn't cornhole.
Cornhole blue is like that pale blue.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, cornhole.
That's our favorite color.
Yeah, I think it's cornflower blue, actually, guys.
No, it's cornhole.
Cornhole.
Yeah, cornhole blue.
Anyway, Al, thank you so much for.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Glad you got to do a freestyle with us. That was fun.
And next week,
well, we were supposed to rap.
There was rapping on the last episode, so I guess we should have brought it back. Which, by the way, I will say this again: if you didn't catch last week's episode, Danny just gets destroyed, and it's the best.
Yeah,
he gets schooled so hard. I love it.
Yeah, it was so funny, dude. That was.
I'm
awesome.
so glad we got that on video. That was the
it was
best.
great, dude. That was a fun one. I'll probably listen to that while I work tomorrow.
Oh, dude, so funny.
Yeah,
I just want to hear Danny just get destroyed again.
Yeah, very sick.
Anyway, so yes, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next week, and we got our guest locked in for next week.
Yeah, we got Anthony from Cali Death Podcast coming on the show. So that should be pretty dope. And singer of Severed Savior and Odious Mortem. So
nice. Oh, yeah. Check out Jason's episode.
I was on the Cali Death show. So there's a good thing to plug. Check that out if you haven't seen it.
Alex.
Yeah, awesome. Me and Alex from Warforged were on the show. It was a lot of fun. Mostly not about the band at all. And me just fucking freaking out from being on that show. So
I loved it. It's a great episode.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I listened to the whole thing. I didn't watch it, but
sick.
It was great. I loved it. I loved all the tangents you guys went on too, and like it was so funny. And then it was like, oh wait, we got to go back, and like that's cool. That's cool to hear.
That's funny. Yeah,
those guys are really awesome.
Yeah, they're so sick. Such sweet guys.
Fuck yeah.
Well, yeah. Shout out, dudes. I want to get all those dudes on here at some point together. It would be
that'd be so funny, like a reverse version.
Yeah, I want to do that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I want to like get them all separately and then eventually do like a giant like
one. Yeah,
it would be so much fun. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, sick.
See everybody.
Yeah,
next week.
Good night.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this week's episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Feel free to drop us a like or a comment on whatever platform you listen or watch us on. Share us on whatever social media you use. Every little bit counts, so we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we'll see you guys next week.